Welcome, everyone, to the Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 5. That's 5. That's how many fingers you have, I hope. And if not, that's fine. I'm not here to judge. I am your host, Red Wolf, the raging renegade of ridiculous rumors about release dates. Oh, boy. And it's just us, just the family today. And Mac wants to say hi. Hi, Mac. Welcome.
For the first time, I got my camera on, and I want to say what's up.
He has a face, and I just bumped my screen. Cool.
My face?
He has a face, I said. And we're also joined by Sapio. Welcome.
70-pound lobsters on sale for 60 pounds.
Nice, dude. Nice. Slap me down a lot.
70-pound lobster for 60 bucks. God, where at?
I like
I'm
that.
fat. Look at
I
that. I got no chin, man.
With his beard, he's like, look at it. Assassin, you're here too.
Hair. Sorry.
Oh, okay, well.
You're right, I am here, and I will not reveal my face ever.
Okay, well, and if you did, you could wear your mask. I have said that before.
Yeah, I have it right next to me. I just don't want to wear it right now.
All right, that's fine. I'm not gonna force you to do anything except for your homework. Don't talk back and all that stuff.
Yes, Papa Red.
Thank you. And I wanted to start this off by thanking you. That's right. Everyone who has watched, it's been crazy. None of us really expected all the support that we've got, and it means everything to all of us. It has been really humbling, and it's sort of made us all really want to improve everything as far as the tech, as far as the quality. All that stuff is in the works anyhow, but this has been a huge motivation to continue to do that. So thank you so much for the support. It literally, I know it's a cliche thing, but it's cliche for a reason. So thank you. Anyway, we're gonna switch this around a little bit, and I want to talk about, and this will just be the regular segment from now on. I want to talk about what we've all been playing. Just go ahead and just get that out of the way, and let's start with Mac. Mac, what have you been playing recently?
Well, I talked about it last weekend. Well, a couple days ago, I played Darksiders 1, beat that.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Hi-Fi Rush, which we'll talk a little bit more about it in the show. Really nothing. I really just been so busy with life itself and watching football teams dominate other football teams and Kansas City to win the Super Bowl. I doubt it. But nothing really outside of just that and Hi-Fi Rush. I really haven't had time, but tomorrow, when this is probably going to come out around sometime in the afternoon, I'm going to play some Dead Space. That is the next thing. I don't want to do it. I really hate scary games. We all know that I am not fond upon scary games.
You're going to wait till daylight is what you mean to play it.
Well, it gets dark at like 5:30 here, and I don't get home till 5. So
I got you.
It's going to be dark outside.
I'm excited. I will be watching.
Unfortunately, there will be probably a demon in my window lurking and probably doing some other stuff with his hands and his pants.
They're always in the window.
Yeah. I mean, all right, that's all I'm doing. So
okay,
Dead Space pretty much tomorrow.
Assassin, I know what you.
Yeah, speaking of Dead Space, that's what I've been playing, and oh my god, this game is definitely a masterpiece just from what I've played so far. I love it. I love using stasis. I love using the kinesis module. Mac, you're definitely going to love those when you play them within your stream. And the gameplay, the overall atmosphere of the game, just the fog itself, everything just feels so right.
There's
and I
fog
can't
in
wait
space.
to play more. Yes,
Yeah,
Sapio, there's fog in
condensation.
space.
Moisture.
This is
Moisture,
where condensation comes from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there moist in the air? Is there moist in the air?
Of course there is. I didn't think
Moist
I would like
space
it
air.
because I didn't get used to it in the original, but the zero-G gravity segments are like, mwah, chef's kiss. Like, oh my god, I can't speak enough about this game. It's just so good. I haven't played it in a couple days, mainly because I've been sick and it's been cold as fuck outside in the garage. So I'll definitely get back to it tonight, at least for an hour.
What's cold? What's cold to you, Assassin?
It was 18, 20 degrees last night.
You're a north area where you're at. I'm not gonna say where you live, but you're north, right?
Central, closer to the south.
Really? It's really that cold there? Huh?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He lives in South Africa. Sorry. Okay.
I don't care if they know or not, Mac. I live in Texas.
Well, it's not my personal business.
That's
I'm
okay.
not-
I don't care.
What do they call that? What do they call that when they dox them? It's doxing, right?
Yeah, it's doxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doxing.
I'm gonna dox you
He
like
lives in
fucking everybody.
Texas.
His
He lives with the
address is
IRS.
123 Chipotle.
Nice. Cool.
Chipotle.
Dead Space Remake, baby! I love it so
Chipotle.
much.
Cool. So that's literally all that you've been playing, Assassin, is Dead Space, right?
Yes, and
Don't you dare rush.
yes, and shameless plug. It's on my YouTube channel, so there'll be a link in the description to my channel if you guys want to go check it out.
A leak in the description? Yes, all those links will be
Link.
down there,
Yes.
leaked into the description.
Yes, Red,
And
you're gonna leak
Sapio.
the entire E3 showcase.
Every leak. Yeah.
Yes. And Sapio, what have you been playing?
사실 저번 화에 하이파이 러시 얘기 나와가지고 하이파이 러시 조금 했었어요.
So you did. I'm
Hold
really
on,
glad that
what
you
he
that you
said
got
was-
around to it. That's I'm really happy. What do you think? Because I'm interested. What do you think about the combination of it being a melee game versus rhythm? How does that work?
사실 제가 리듬 게임하고 그 멜레이 그런 핵앤슬래시 게임 장르를 되게 둘 다 좋아하는 편인데
Right.
사실 그 장르들이 합해지는 거는 정말
Dude, all I asked was for
좋은
teriyaki chicken. I
도전이라고
didn't ask for
생각했고
this.
아,
the fuck?
Wait,
도전했었고
and that's interesting because I
I'm
sorry,
sorry, Sapio.
I didn't hear.
love you,
What,
bro.
I'm sorry. What was the last part? What's the last thing you said, Sapio?
just I get the frustration. I get
Oh,
the
okay.
frustration.
Okay, that's good.
Well, let's go ahead and start over. What was the beginning part? Because I didn't understand any of it. So
Did
I was
my
just,
did my mic cut out again?
no, you were speaking
what's
Korean,
going
is what
on?
you were speaking. Well, I would like to say I know a little bit of German and I know a little bit of other languages, but I don't know that one.
That
So
was fantastic.
Mm,
I know a
That
tiny bit of
worked
Spanish.
perfectly.
yeah.
yeah, I know uno for Spanish. That's all I got on that one. So a couple other
There we
words.
go. I knew that would be like completely throw everything off. That was fantastic.
So what they're
Thank
saying
you.
is, Assassin, is they went in the back of the dark room and was like, "You gotta talk Korean on the next episode of the show." The first thing you
Literally,
do, we're gonna make you the
literally.
last guy. We're gonna make you the last guy, and then you're gonna be like, "Hoo-doo-doo-doo," and then they're never gonna understand it. So.
You sounded just like Sapio. just now.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And I had to be racist. And I did have to be. I just asked for teriyaki chicken.
It's like he's laughing.
Now that was
he's clearly
racist.
laughing. All right. Anyway, fuck. Well-
Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi
So-
Rush.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
we heard everything you had to say, so that's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you liked it. I'm glad that you understand people's frustration with it and that you're actually digging it. So that's cool.
The one Korean guy that's not Sapio's watching. Oh my God, he speaks Korean. What the fuck?
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I have been playing everything. I've been playing Dead Space. I played Age of Empires 2. It just came out today. I have been playing Hitman Freelancer. I have been playing Hitman Freelancer like I have a problem. Holy shit. Guys, please play that game. It's so fucking good. And so much more. I have been so hard lately. Speaking of hard, you know what else gets me hard? Starfield. Because
You're gonna be the one in our
funny
podcast where your ship is gonna be a ding dong, isn't it?
No. Yes. So let's talk about what happened. A lot of things happened, and this is still developing. I say developing because there's a lot of things that are changing. From it wasn't real to it was real to what. Let's just get into it. So there was someone who came out and leaked. They leaked something, okay? And they said, and they've leaked stuff before, and they said if this thing happens, which was the release date for Redfall, if it comes out to be true, then I'll talk about more about what I know and see if it turns out to be real. Well, the Redfall release date turned out to be real, so we said, now I'll tell you. And what he said was that Starfield was in very rough shape and that it probably wasn't going to come out earlier in the year. It was going to come out later. And so I'm just going to kick it straight off. I'll kick it to you, Assassin. What do you think about all that? And why is Starfield coming out on March 23rd?
Well, first of all,
You don't have to answer that last part.
Starfield, I'm gonna say it. I think it's gonna be pushed back. I think it's going to be dropped out of the first half of the year. Maybe not by too much. Maybe by like July or August. But I don't know. Starfield is literally the most anticipated game Xbox has, but it's also the most... how do I put this? It's also the most evasive in terms of trying to nail it down. In terms of its release date. In terms of whenever we're going to hear more about it. I don't know, Red. I think it could be pushed back to the second half of the year. I think it still could be in the first half, but until we hear more from Bethesda, I'm not entirely sure what to say.
Okay, Mac.
It's not coming out March 23rd. It would be awesome. I ain't gonna lie. It would be... Well, me and Sapio were talking about this before you guys got in here. It would suck for me because my child is going to be born that time. And me and my child in Starfield, I mean, you clearly understand, like, I mean, she's going to be in there giving birth, and I'm going to be like, babe, look at the Starfield. It's released. We can play it. Like,
I'll be in there in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be like, you know, it's kind of like one of those scenarios. Now, you know, I hope it's in April. We have me, Riskin, and Monad, which if you guys know, everybody knows who Riskin for the Biscuit is, and Gray Monad is a buddy of ours that's also a part, him and Riskin are really good friends. And we come up with a scenario that April 12th will actually be the date. It's a Wednesday. It's kind of offsetting a little bit, more of a joke, but it's like a date for holidays for human space flight and for grilled cheese sandwiches. And there's a scenario where Todd Howard about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I don't know the exact date, had a conversation and somehow cheese sandwiches got brought up and how much he likes them. And it kind of makes sense, you know. April 12th and grilled cheese, you know what I'm saying? That's the flight, which is, you know, Starfield, that's flight, you know. I think it's going to come out that day, or it's going to be pushed back until at least June. Then if it doesn't come out in June, I'm going November, late October, November. I don't think it comes out any earlier than that. I don't see August or September being a putting. I don't know how to put it. Like there, it's just, I don't know. It just, when those games come out during those time frames, they're still big. Like, you know, but November is the game where people play video games the most. It gets cold outside. People are working a little bit. You know, they're not doing as much outside. November would be the date for something like Starfield to even succeed even more. Now, I do think June, in the middle of the summertime for us American people, like that, and you know, that would still be a good day for us. But I mean, it's just one of those things where you're outside more, a little bit more in the summertime. So I don't know. I'm still going April 12th, if not then June. Then it's probably like I'm not gonna say it's gonna shadow drop in June like everybody thinks it's gonna, but I think they'll be like, oh, it's gonna come out June 23rd or like 21st, something. They'll give it like a week after the show, and it's just enough to market because they're gonna market from now until then. Clearly, we're gonna get a show here pretty soon for it here in the next month. You know, hopefully, you know, I hope they don't wait till.
If that was the case, Mac, that'd be like 2 days before Final Fantasy 16. I'm not sure Bethesda and Microsoft want to do that.
Yeah, I know, and I understand that, but it's like, I mean, it's kind of the same scenario. Like, they're totally different games. If you're gonna play Starfield, you're gonna play Final Fantasy, but it would put some shade on to Final Fantasy because there's people that are not that people don't want to play Final Fantasy 16. The game's gonna sell. It's not, but I don't think it's gonna sell as much as Starfield does, or at least played as much, because clearly we're gonna all play it on Game Pass or PC gaming.
I thought you were gonna. Okay. Anyway, sorry, there was a weird thing that happened, and no one knows what happened. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so Sapio, you are gonna play Starfield.
That was a voice crack. Yeah, I am going to be playing Starfield. I am gonna be playing Starfield.
That's good.
He's Morty. We found our new actor. We got rid of one. We got one.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
It's all downhill.
I mean, you are the perfect person for voiceovers, so
thank you.
Keep going, Sapio.
Where were we? We were talking about Starfield release date, and honestly, I have no idea. I wasn't even completely aware that Starfield coming out in the first half of this year was like set in stone. Was it set in stone, or was that also?
They have said it multiple times.
Okay.
They've said it over and over again, and that's sort of the point. That they have been so adamant, even like just recently, like a day ago, or they were like, yes, it's coming out in the first half. That means the first 6 months.
That's not a. There's not a lot of dates left in the first half.
Right.
You know.
So
and that is a little concerning. If it is gonna come out, I would think that they would push it back as far as possible, and it won't coincide with Redfall, which May 2nd.
Yeah, that's a big concern. Yeah.
So, I mean, if it is going to come out, it's probably going to be at least a month worth of padding between Redfall and Starfield. So I would probably guess, June might be the best case scenario.
Yeah, and that seems to be the consensus with a lot of people. And it's either that seems to be the majority consensus. It's either that, or they're like, it's September, and then you have the Marchers. Which that's what I'm hoping for, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I don't know. So there's that. I don't know. I really want it to come out soon. I think everyone does, and everyone right now is talking about the shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush and how crazy good it's done, and with no marketing whatsoever. The difference is that Starfield it's on the box of the Xbox now. We've seen this a lot. We've seen the new Series Xboxes, the cover of it. Instead of Halo, now it's Starfield on the box. So it's their flagship, or Starship. I guess keeps making jokes. It's huge for them. So they have to market it at some point if they want to sell the consoles. And I know selling consoles isn't necessarily their main game. Game Pass right now is sort of the main thing. But I don't know. So I actually heard some more news today about this, that the person who had gotten this information, it came down from a pipeline that was like way up here, and then by the end of it had passed through so many YouTube comments, podcasts, Reddit threads, and what have you, that by the time that this information had compiled, this is what this person had come up with, and then that's what we have.
So it's like a giant game of telephone, basically.
Right. It was like it's like he said, she said, and the rumors spread, and by the end of it, it's like that's not even accurate to begin with. It's not even what I said to begin with, because it's been passed down through so many. So the point is, Microsoft has said nothing. Bethesda has said nothing other than we are confident that this shit is going to pop. And pop it will. I believe it will. So any more popping about Starfield? Any other thoughts? Anyone?
None.
Awesome. So speaking of Starfield and its release window, it might be coming out in March. Because Jedi Fallen Order got delayed for a month. I'm kidding about that was just a joke. But it got pushed 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks. So that's a month and a half, I think, if my math is. Isn't that how months works? It's 4?
Yeah, about
6 weeks.
Yeah, so we don't have to read the whole thing. It's a typical delay where the developers come out and say, here's our reason, and we love you, and thank you, and we love you, and kissy kissy, and then they say 6 weeks, we promise it's gonna be dope, bro. And they did the fist emoji. I mean, like this fist emoji, not like, yeah, this isn't a bad thing. 6 weeks, lay it on me, lay it in me. Mac?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be clipped out.
What? Sorry, I'm definitely not laying nothing at nobody. I'm just gonna say. At least.
Okay. Well, we were talking about your favorite game, your birthday. You're gonna name your child Cal or Kestis.
Okay. Sorry. That definitely is not the case. Yeah, it got delayed. April 28th or whatever got delayed. So I'm fine with it. I like I said earlier, I didn't want nothing in the middle of March anyway, because I have a child that's on the way, and it's gonna interrupt my time with my child. And I'm gonna have to put my child to the side when it comes to video games. I mean, we all know this.
Like,
Uh,
no, wait.
Obviously.
joking. Clearly, that's So I'm okay with it. I get it. Polish it up, fix it up a little bit. Get it out. Make sure you get them little pissy ass bugs out. We all know them can be so annoying, mainly when it comes to a game like that. You get in there and then your game gets corrupted, or you don't get the XP you're supposed to, or you get glitched into a wall and it just ruins your whole mood, and then you don't play it. Now get that shit polished, fix it. It's not like it's the biggest open world game in the world, so the coding won't be such as a hard problem to fix. Unlike some games, that can be open world and be really hard. So that's what she said. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. So
Sapio, did you play the first one? Okay, this is a double. What KOTOR? See, KOTOR comes right to my mind whenever I think of Star Wars. What Star Wars games have you played? What's your favorite Star Wars game?
The only one I've played was it probably was the episode 3 one.
Star
on
Wars
PS2.
Pinball. Oh,
Not even.
oh, not even. That's the best. That's the world-renowned. Sorry, what was it? I was being an asshole.
It was based off episode 3, and it came out on PS2. I can't remember.
It was called
exactly
episode 3, and I have it. I'm gonna go grab it. Actually, no, I'm not. That's stupid. But yes, that one was actually really great. They sort of elevated the story. I say they elevated it. They just added, it's a video game movie, so they added some cool little things to it. I love that one. Yes, I've actually never even played it. It's just in a new case. So did you see the trailer for Fallen, Surviving, Dipping,
Nope.
Flipping? Okay, well, it's
Rootin'
a game.
tootin'.
This is why we research our
Rootin',
games
tootin',
before we talk
strippin',
about it.
dippin'.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is why. This is right here is the reason why I ask him things, because there's always some. I don't know how to describe this. Sapio, you are a gem from the mountains, the Rocky Mountains of. Does Korea? I don't know.
Sure. There might be.
All right. So, Good. All right. Perfect. This is good. It's good stuff. This is good content. Let us know down in the
Great.
comments. Wonderful. Assassin, what do you think about this delay, and is it turning you towards the dark side?
No, but I do agree with Mac. Make sure that the game is polished. I don't want to stab myself with Cal's lightsaber on accident, please.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you gotta polish that.
me and
lightsaber.
Mac were actually joking about this before we started recording. When he said he joked that Starfield was coming March 23rd because Jedi Survivor got delayed, and I was joking with Mac, sorry, that if
That's his real name.
I did not mean to say that.
definitely,
Macu.
definitely not. No, no.
No, anyway, yeah, we were.
Starts with the D,
Yeah.
and it's
I love
inside your.
this.
Yeah. So. Bro. I can't.
breathe, my young son,
Alright.
my nephew.
I'm just gonna block him out. Okay, so he and I were discussing Starfield's release date, ironically. Since Jedi Survivor was delayed to late April, if Resident Evil 4 Remake also gets pushed, that just puts more emphasis that, hey, Starfield's coming March 23rd.
And them motherfuckers know something. They know something we don't know. They're like, oh shit,
They're making
I mean, if
moves.
Microsoft made a call to EA and Capcom and said, hey, so we got Starfield coming, can you guys delay your games?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't think they would do that. But, it's a bummer.
It's like a weird version of insider
It's a
trading.
bummer that it got delayed, but I'm glad it's 6 weeks and not 6 months. I think a lot of us can agree about that. It's just dying.
why is Assassin? Why is he still laughing? What? Like who shit
I don't
themselves?
know.
Oh, no,
Red, are you okay?
Someone tickling you down there?
And then you please.
That diarrhea is getting to his butt. finally.
Probably. Whatever the fuck he was eating. No, like I said, it sucks that it got delayed, but I'm glad it's still coming out in 2023. I think a lot of Star Wars fans are okay with that. Take all the time you need, Respawn. We know you're a good studio. You've proven your pedigree. with Titanfall, with Apex Legends, with Jedi Fallen Order, you've proven with your track record, just take all the time you need. I will say, though, correct me if I'm wrong, they said it's delayed to April 28th, right, guys? We have 3 major games that day. We have Dead Island 2, Minecraft Legends, and now Jedi Survivor that day.
Well, I thought Minecraft Legends
Look
was,
at you.
Legend was the 18th. No, that's April.
Oh yeah,
18th.
never mind. That's 18th, but still.
Yeah, but Dead Island is a killer because, like, if I'm gonna choose Jedi Survival or I'm gonna choose Dead Island, that I had to wait 12 years for. I mean, you kind of see where I put it. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I just, it's not that nothing towards Dead Island. It's just like, I just played Dying Light not that long ago. I still want to play because I haven't finished it off. And then you got now that, or I haven't played Jedi Survival, which we all know how Jedi the Fallen Order ended with Darth Vader about to do some work with Kel, and it was awesome. It was great. But I'd like to see where that goes. I don't really give a shit where Dead Island 2 goes because it probably most likely won't even matter because the game probably don't even have the right storyline. So that's they chose the right date, but it's a good date to still sell your game. But it sucks for gamers and consumers because you got that plus you got Dead Island, then you also have Redfall less than a week later.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 days later. Yeah,
and then you, like I said, you also just mentioned Minecraft. That's a couple weeks before. That might actually take a lot of people from that game and put it on. That's why I don't think the Starfield joking date is April 12th. You can't have April 12th and Minecraft a week later and then Redfall 2 weeks later. It just doesn't make sense with all them other games in the area. Sorry, go ahead. My bad, Assassin. I didn't mean to take over your spotlight.
No. There's nothing that you didn't. There's nothing that you didn't say that I didn't agree with. But going back, Red, what are you laughing at, bro?
Red's
What's
listening.
going on?
He's so distracted.
Max, Sapio, are you guys seeing
I'm
something?
just on a tangent. You know how you get like on a laughing jag and like everything becomes funny afterward? It's like when you're trying to be quiet in class. And because you're trying to be quiet, everything is funny. Somebody drops a pencil and you like fucking shit yourself.
Wait, let's.
That's what's happening.
You're in a giggle
Wait, let's
loop.
test this theory. Hey, Red.
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's
No. Answer it. Answer the
Who's
fucking
there?
door, Red.
Huh?
Answer the door.
Up. He's gone. He's a goner. That's the last we'll see
That
of
was
him.
the weakest joke I've ever heard.
It was my dad. He's gone. Actually, he was never there. I opened the door. He
Did
wasn't
he say he's
there.
going to
Nothing's
get
changed.
4 cents of milk? Okay, I'll carry on.
No.
Exactly. He was like, "Here's a pack of cigarettes."
Who's here? Master Cheeks.
Oh God, Master Cheeks who?
See, I might be childish, but I'm not. I don't laugh at dumb.
Yeah,
stuff.
I like
Right.
this because I like dad humor. No,
Yep,
that's it.
That's it.
Oh, he's not. Cool. Perfect. Okay. Any more thoughts on Jedi? I didn't even say what I thought. I'm excited for that game. That's going to be a game that I will be excited. I'm already excited. What do I think about the delay though? Well, stay tuned for next episode. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. Delay everything forever and always, unless you're something like Beyond Good and Evil 2, where you announce it when I was in my mother's womb, and now, it's ridiculous. That game, I'm not kidding, by the way, it got announced 2005. Beyond Good and Evil 2 got announced, and then they showed it. Yeah, it's not happening, and it's going to be irrelevant by the time that if it ever comes out, because now you got Star Citizen, and that's not a real game. I'm always going to hate on that game. Or that thing, that scam. Starfield and No Man's Sky and everything already out. And then, so I don't know. It's a good thing. I'm excited to play it whenever it comes out. I'm glad that it's not like a tremendous delay. It shows that they're confident, and it shows that they're smart, because I didn't know it's not that I didn't know. I did not think about those release dates being so close with Minecraft Legends and all those other games. So, yeah, you don't want it to be... Yeah, I'm glad that they're doing that. Okay, well, moving on. I want to jump straight to this because I want to hear what Sapio thinks about this as far as IPs in general, whether it be movies or whatever. So, Halo 343 Industries Assassin, do you have the quote, or can somebody pull up that quote? Because I wanna see exactly. I want to see exactly what they said. That way we can break it down, so I can use your time wisely, Sapio. But 343 came out with a statement, and people are very concerned now because it seems that Halo is in a state of confusion and panic, is what it seems. And so I am stalling, waiting for someone to bring it up because I can't. But if not, then I'll summarize. I guess no one's looking it up.
I'm looking it up.
Sorry.
That's fine. Oh, you got it? Okay.
It's in the topic. So, okay, here it says, you want to know about what the scenario is and with switching over and stuff like that. It says...
with the reboot, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I'm just going to read what Benny said. It's just easier just to read the short version of it because I ain't going to read. There's no point in reading all of it. It says, major news reported from Jason Schreier on Halo and 343's future. The studio and franchise essence they'll start from scratch. At least 95 people have been let go from 343, and Halo is going to be switching to the Unreal Engine with a new game mode called Takia
Code.
Yeah,
Tatanka.
Yeah, whatever. Which is which we all know it's the battle royale. We all know that's fun. So we're looking at maybe next year with this because the game's already. I mean, Unreal Engine they're so used to it now. At this point in time, I feel like they can just kind of like. It's kind of like you walk in there and you just make some food real quick. They're just used to it now. They could just boom, 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 and be ready. So I feel like they're set. They already kind of have their set in stone. They don't need to go and look for the producer. They don't need to go and look for this. They don't need to go and look and understand what the lore of the game should be or what the story should be. This is a battle royale. You know what I'm saying? This is a new game. You know, they can easily make arena based with it too. So they can even after the game comes out. So, like, the game's not going to take as long as people think it's going to be. Do I still think it's going to take a little longer than what it should be? Because if they fuck this up, they're done. I'm just going to say that. And it needs to... Yeah. I hope they don't do free-to-play. I don't want the free-to-play the asset. It's the whole reason why these cheaters and shit have been involved in it. So, there's so much to it, though. You know, we don't... This might be just a rumor. This might be just some dude pulling his little piece of paper out of a hat and hoping for the best. And then somebody believed him. And now we're here because that's where we're at, you know. We're looking for any strain of hope as a Halo fan. Clearly a Halo fan. We're looking for anything to make sure this game gets done correctly. We all know the Slip Space engine isn't contract friendly. Most people walk in that door and go, what the hell am I looking at? Because they don't understand it. The Unreal Engine 5.1, most people know it because it's what they use in the coding classes. It's what most of them use in the classes that when they're going to school for the stuff. So they understand it a little bit more than normal. So it's, I don't know. I mean, clearly I don't know development. So I don't know what they learned, but clearly everybody says that Unreal Engine 5 is the most easiest like development you could do with a game. It's one of, you can walk in there and figure it out within weeks. All these others, like, we all know Slip Space, look how long it took them to even fix a little small problems. Weeks and weeks at a time just to fix a bullshit problem. Look at the servers, how bad the issue is on Infinite. I'm sorry, I know I went off topic, kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but it irritates me. I want Halo to succeed. It's the best franchise trilogy game franchise ever. I don't think any multiplayer game outside of Call of Duty can compete with it. I just don't. It's so good, and I don't know how you screw it up this bad so many times in a row. Halo 5 was good, but it's like it took a while for it to be good. It wasn't good the first day it came out. It was awful the first year. The registration was horrible. The gameplay mechanics were awful. They had to fix it. Why are we having to wait this long to fix games? Sorry. Yeah, and I'm more no, you're good. And that's you're very passionate. We know that you love Halo, and so do I. I am more concerned about the idea of restarting everything instead of fixing things. The notion has been proven to fail the majority of the time, unless you spend years and years and years and years away. So I'm talking straight to you, Sapio. You know this for a fact when you look at TV shows and movies, for example. Whenever something happens and then 3 years later, you're like, let's just try that again. And you try and you try and you try and you try. And it's like, dude, just
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 stop.
doesn't
You're
work.
not.
It just
It's not
doesn't
working.
work. Yeah.
So that's my concern is that it seems that they're going to do a soft reboot with the story even is what I read, and
That's what it
is
seems like.
concerning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you
it's
think
very
about that?
concerning. When you have an established world and you've built all this thing that happened inside of it, and you say, we're just going to start from scratch, it sets you up for a very difficult position because you have already met certain expectations with the previous world that you've already built. Now you have to meet those expectations and then prove why the reboot was necessary. That just doesn't work in most cases. That's why remakes usually fail. That's why reboots just don't work in general. I mean, currently in the DCEU, they're doing a huge reboot as well, and people are concerned for that as well.
Yes.
And Halo, it's just kind of disheartening to see because, I mean, when I was in like middle school, high school, when someone said FPS games, you know, you thought Call of Duty and Halo. Those were the two like kind of big FPS games, and then Battlefield was doing something on the side over there, you know, just crying in the corner. So it's kind of sad to see like this huge childhood memory kind of being destroyed and then tried to rebuild again. If this is true, of course, that seems to be a very big thing here.
Exactly, and that's the thing about it screams like inadequate level of it's been mishandled from the beginning. It's people have known about this game being mishandled before it was ever even released. When we heard about the progression system, y'all remember that, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "Oh, trust me, it's gonna be amazing. They're gonna have challenges." Like, dude, we know how that feels already. Just don't. You're overcomplicating it. You're trying to be something that it's not. Use what already has worked and build upon it instead of. It just. I'm concerned about. I want it to succeed, like Max said, but God, like we can't get any good news when it comes to Halo. I think this battle royale might actually be the best thing for.
Well, I think the biggest thing and the problem is, see, a game like arena based. I want to clarify that arena and battle royale are two different games when it comes to multiplayer mode.
Yes.
We all know this. The thing is they made an arena based game with styles of a battle royale, like the progression. Like they only worried about, like, when you play a battle royale, you think battle pass. You only think battle pass. You don't think a leveling system. You don't think nothing. You think challenge to level your battle pass up to get your unlock. You get your customizations and stuff like that. That's not how arena-based games work. Arena-based games don't work that way. If you look at the last 20 years, I always tell, look at Halo 3. We'll even use Halo 3 for an example. I know it's going to be going back to 2007 when you only got like the 49 achievements. You unlocked the Hayabusa armor with the knife on your back and the flame or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I knew it was something Hayabusa with the sword. It's been a long time, right? And then Halo 4 come along. And they had it kind of similar to what they have now, but they still had challenges. Small challenges, nothing big. Halo 5, though, they did a great job with the challenges because they had get 2,500 kills in Warzone and you unlock an emblem. Like, I know that's a lot of kills, but it's something, it gives me a reason to do it. Call of Duty has done it perfect almost every year. They're not perfect every year because Call of Duty is Call of Duty. They still have those shit years. But
it's a standard that we expect, is what you mean.
When you're playing an arena-based game, you expect a leveling system. Let me put my hand up high now. A leveling system. You got the challenges.
You gotta speak up. You gotta get closer to your mic.
The leveling system, the challenges to level up to make you go faster.
Yeah.
You gotta have more game modes. Who the fuck wants to play with 5 game modes? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's stupid when it comes to an arena base. You know, the game was, the coding's horrible in that game. That's another thing. So you got that on top of it. You got a broken game. So you got 4 big things that come down to a Halo thing. And and then customization. Fucking the shittiest customization in the history of customization of games. I thought Halo 5 was awful. And how, look at every Halo game that's ever been made. Ever. Even fucking ODST had a better customization. They didn't have shit. That's how bad it was. That's how bad Infinite's customization is, because I get everybody's it's gonna be like Halo Reach. Halo Reach had the top-notch one. It did. It was the best one because you could customize everything and it put everything onto it. Infinite was a little bit different. You had helmet and body. That's it. But it was still customization, and I could put whatever color I want on that motherfucker. Not force me to put a Destiny coding on. This ain't Destiny. Stop calling your buddies from 343 that used to work with you back in the Bungie days and going, hey, help me out. What's the best way to make customization? And they go to that. Not saying that Destiny's bad, I think, because they actually at least let you customize every piece of armor, not just your one set of armor, you know. I think they took it. We'll just cut it off a little bit. But everything needs to be customized. Every color needs to be customized. Why can I not put the diamond as his crotch and it's for his helmet? Why can't I have a bright yellow helmet with a blue arm and gold member style?
Exactly. Yeah.
They've done they're ass backwards. I'm telling you. I think they put their pants on backwards and walk into work and be like, yeah, I'm the shit. Because I don't think they think right. I don't. When it comes to, and they fired everybody. They got rid of all the fucking Pierre Hintz. What's how you say his last name? Pierre. What's the guy's last? Heinz. I couldn't remember what it was. I always forget it. I always forgot how to say his last name.
I'm probably wrong too. I don't know.
I don't know. His name's like it's Pierre something with an H, and he fixed MCC, and he fixed it. I mean, clearly we know how bad MCC was. It took him 1 year to fix MCC. I'm giving him 1 year to fix. I'm going to give him a year and a half to fix Halo Infinite, because that is just bad. It's just as bad as MCC. At least they had somewhat, the game was a little bit simpler with MCC. This is a little bit more difficult. But he's the guy to run the show. These guys are running the show. They need to just. The Battle Royale is going to be different, though. I think when they're going to bring this, whatever, Halo Combat Evolved Battle Royale up your ass edition. I don't know, whatever they're going to call it.
Hell yeah, brother.
They're gonna have a battle pass. We know they're gonna have customization, but they got to make sure everything's customized, not just one body part, not one camel skin. They got to have more. That's a lot of people when they load their Spartan up and look at it, they want to know what they die, even though you're getting teabagged. Excuse me for if it gets demonetized because of that. Even though you're getting teabagged, your guy's got to look the way he wants. What you want to. Hey, at least I'm gonna teabag me. At least I look like a shiny black golden Spartan with blue pants on. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. People want that, Sorry,
yeah,
my
thank
bad.
you for that, because you're the Halo man.
Yep.
I'm
a Halo god.
Yeah, the Halo man. Halonian.
Halonian.
Halonian. I like that.
Yes. How would you even spell that? Spell that in the chat. Halonian.
HELONIAN.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's.
Oh, listen to who's talking right there, Assassin. What do you think about all that shit?
I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm a big fan of Halo like Mac. I'm the newcomer. I'm the rookie. I'm the new kid on the block. I'm not entirely invested into Halo as much as you two are. But if I had to point something out, that Mac, you also forgot one thing that is detrimental to the success of Halo: the social aspect of it. What's the point? What's the?
Well, I did say that. I said play with friends.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let me deepen further into that one specifically. If I'm playing a match of Halo Infinite and I meet up with 3 guys who, by chance, are using their mic, have you guys ever played a Halo Infinite match with randoms and they were talking at all? Is there any point to socialize with other players?
So, with ranked,
yes.
With ranked, yes, because they're
tryhards, yes. But if you're
with social game type unpub, like just having fun, no. There's only been a few times. Maybe
yes,
once
exactly. That's exactly my point. And even if you do connect on a certain level with these guys, they have no way of going back into the previous match to find whoever you were playing with. There's no pre-game lobbies. There's no way of actually communicating in a social match. Like, even if you were talking in a social match, there's no way of finding out who is the one that's talking. And like,
Ear fixed it in MCC. Just put that out there. He fixed that problem. There was a big problem where people weren't getting invites and you couldn't see people's names or the gamer tag wasn't popping up. If you go back to MCC now, when you play a match, you can literally go to it and it will literally even though they're on Steam or they're on the Microsoft Store or they're through Xbox, it works through the invite system. Just works that way. So if you're on Xbox, it'll pop up just like an Xbox invite. If it's through Steam, it will pop up in the right-hand corner, say, this person has invited you. You click it just like a notification, like a message board, and you just join. And the same with the Microsoft store too. It's just I'm getting irritated. You can see my irritation.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just so weird how 343 is just not doing the thing it needs to do with Halo. It's just. Oh wait, hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk while he's gone. This is sort of one of those like, fool me once and fuck me, and then fool me twice, and I'm like, okay, now I'm mad, and now it's like,
can't get fooled again.
I'm just tired of getting excited for things like this that are being mishandled. And it's just mismanagement all the way around. No one is really taking credibility. They're just sort of saying, we're gonna do this now eventually because you asked for it. And then they still have they even implemented the progression system?
No.
Hell no. We're looking at season 5.
And they said that they would.
Season 4 they did, but they said it's gonna be
right.
It's probably they said it. I think if I can remember, like. This is before before Statham was brung back. This is a lot of before they fired all these people. Thank God, because they needed to be. They're like people that have been in their job for 20 years. Sometimes it's time to find a new job because you're just not doing your job well enough because you're tired of it.
Go back to Wendy's or something.
Whoa! Don't disrespect Wendy's like that.
Oh, the Wendy's salads. I lived on those Wendy's salads for years.
Wendy's. Does it look like I eat a fucking salad?
They have salads?
Oh, I'm just saying, they had this Mediterranean hummus salad that was fucking so good, and I ate it every single day. I ate it.
I meditated to that Baconator fucking burgers.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm hungry now.
But I'm sorry, So they said, but let me say, I know we got thrown off topic with the Wendy's situation. They did say it but it was gonna be it was gonna be one of the they want it to come out, but they have to fix all the problems that are now, and then fix that will come later. So you're looking at season 5, right? We're only at season 3, which, remember, I did make a mistake for once in my life because I thought it wasn't until June, but March 7th, damn kid got to come during the time, they're going to redo the season 3. And then they said June 27th will be into season 3, and they're going to put season 4 in. 95% positive that's going to get delayed a little bit. We're going to go into July or August for season 4. Then we're going to get the every 2 to 3 month situation. So now we're not looking till the end of November for season 5, which is when I think they will imply the progressive system. But how do you imply it into what do you do? Do you bring a 1 through 50 rank in, like the old school Halo games, which most people like? If you played Halo, 95% of the people that play Halo love that 1 through 50 rank. So I think they need to imply that with the rank system, and they need to put a side thing to it, like the Halo 3 system, or even beyond Halo Reach, Halo 5. Halo 4's kind of sucked, but the 1 through 52 or the private to general start 5-star general, every game you get a point, or every it was a little different in MCC. They had a prestige system. You prestige and reset. It was brown the whole first time, then it was silver, then it's gold, and then it's a purple, and then it's so on. I never got past purple because I stopped playing it as much. So they need to do something like that on the side of having the 1 through 50 rank. Most people want, if you remember Halo 2, which I think, unfortunately, Sapio and Assassin, you guys are a little bit younger because me and Red are both old heads here compared to that. If you played Halo 2, if you played Halo 2 and you ran into a dude with a logo as a ranked, which is 41 to 50, was you had the a moon for a new moon was 41, and it went up into the levels of moon to 48. You had a full moon at 48 or something like that, or however it went. And at 49, it was a Halo ring, and then 50 was a something I can't remember. It was Halo ring was 50, and then 49 was a flaming ball or something. I can't remember. It's been a really long time since I played that game. 17 years-ish, maybe 16.
Yes.
So I think they need to bring that back. That's what they need to bring back. It only makes sense. The 1 through 50 or the 1 through 40, and then the logos afterwards. People, unfortunately you get the people that sell the accounts and all that other dumb stuff, but you got to bring that back for the arena base style Halo to work. You got it. That's what makes arena good, is a level. You got to do that, and then progression, like you said.
Progression is very important. Yeah.
With unlocks.
Yep. And speaking of progression, Sapio, are you? Is the time come?
I could stay for like a couple more minutes, but
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Almost.
So any more thoughts on that? I will say that I am excited about whatever the battle royale is. I hope that it's not Spartans. I have said for the
ODST.
longest time, I hope it's ODST because it makes the most sense. ODST, drop it in there because it's a battle royale, so you would be
ODS
dropping
drop
down exactly,
Yeah.
and that'd be fucking sick.
Because it makes sense, right?
would-
You know, you think about it. Let's say this. I know we're going to throw this in before we can move on to the next subject. What if you're an ODST, right? And when you drop in, you find armor. Every time you find armor that's better, it's like putting
build
a
a Spartan.
like a Spartan. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get your.
That'd be
See,
cool.
I mean, yo,
It'd be like a
343,
cooldown, so like you could
you're listening.
use it.
Yeah, if they're listening,
Yeah.
they need to hire us because at least we'll do our job. So they might not
That's
hire
right.
us now. because
Clickety
of that.
clackety. I could do something.
Listen, I'll do it for $40,000 a year just so I can pay my bills and not have to go to work.
It's not bad. All right. Well, so there's Halo. So I'm excited.
Right.
I'm just sort of like, I don't want to. I am curious, not excited, because I'm tired of being excited about things. But here's something that I am excited about. And Assassin, you brought this topic up. I wanna hear about what's going on with Undead Labs. Take us through this, please.
Well, the situation with Undead Labs is that Jeff Grubb, he appeared on the Xbox 2+1 podcast. It's a Patreon exclusive podcast with Randall Thor, 19, the man with a million, and Jez Gordon. They both had Jeff Grubb on. We can't exactly link it because, like I said, it's behind a Patreon subscription right now. It's Jeff. He did drop some info about Xbox in 2023. He stated that Starfield, if he had to bet a window that Starfield was coming in, he said June. So he's definitely with the June squad. He stated that Hellblade 2 would definitely release in 2023. He didn't say a specific release window, but if I had to guess, Hellblade 2 would definitely be the fall game for Microsoft. It fits perfectly with their lineup. And the final thing that he stated was Undead Labs currently, or is rumored to be working on a new IP alongside State of Decay 3. So with that being said, I do have some let me just rephrase it in my head real quick. I think there is some plausibility to the Undead Labs part of what he said, mainly because they just opened a new studio in Florida. Their home base is in Washington. It's in Redmond, if I remember correctly. They're one of the few studios that are right next to Microsoft in Washington State, and they have been hiring for more positions in their Florida base. They've been working with the Coalition within Unreal Engine 5. They have mocap, or I think they stated that they were going to be working on mocap. But other than that, that's literally what Jeff had to say, and I'm curious, what new IP is Undead Labs working on alongside State of Decay? It's in the name. They've worked on zombie survival simulator games in the past. Is that what this game is going to be? Similar to, like, or are they going to expand? Like Tango Gameworks recently did Hi-Fi Rush? I mean,
I don't think it would be if I can't see them going for what they. If you have an IP and it's set in a trilogy, it would not make any sense for them to experiment outside of what you've already established within that IP. They can already experiment within State of Decay if they want to do more zombie stuff. They can do more story stuff if they want to. It would be silly if they said we're going to do a Last of Us style apocalypse game. That would be silly. They could be doing something similar to like a narrative, I could see if they said let's stay to within the universe and do something different with it, like do like a Telltale style or something like that,
like a spin
like Mojang does with Minecraft.
right? Like a spin-off, but
Yeah.
it's but it's more like emotional. It makes you. It's like you play it, and then it makes you want to go and play State of Decay, kind of like how. You know, like you'll watch a show and it's like that makes me want to play the game or a game, that kind of thing. So I don't know, but the mocap stuff has me interested. I don't know. Sapio, are you you know what State of Decay is?
Yeah. I haven't played any of their games, but I know the general vibe of the games that they make, being State of Decay series. I don't see them making any game that's not really zombie related. As Assassin mentioned, it's in the name, you know. Maybe they'll explore other types of undead, because you know zombies aren't the only undead creatures in mythology. So that could be a possibility. I have to head out, unfortunately, but that's about all I have to say about that.
Fantastic. Well, Sapio, it's a joy to have you on, always, forever and always.
Yeah.
And you son of a bitch. I hate that. Please don't.
What are you saying?
No, it's okay. It's fine. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Take care and good luck on your election. Be sure to kiss babies, shake hands, or shake babies and kiss hands or something. Whatever works. There he goes. All right. Well, that was actually really impressive.
He did that perfect. He did that pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, he did that pretty good.
That was really good. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
So
fantastic. So
you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this in the next couple days. Like, I did that pretty good. I'm gonna do that every weekend now.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be he's
gonna have to. Next weekend he's gonna have to do like the staircase where he's like going down like.
Right, exactly. He's gonna start just like
we're gonna tell him to do the staircase. See if he can do it good.
Right. So Mac, what do you? Here's what I want to know. The question I want to pose: what would you like to see Undead Labs do, knowing what they've done so well with State of Decay?
I want first of all, I don't really care for the State of Decay games because they kind of like their story bases. I don't like how you got to build the character up, and you can play the same character for half the game, and then like him die from some bullshit, like my toe, or I'm not saying that's exactly how he does. I don't remember. You got to make sure you feed him. I don't like that aspect of the game. The games are fine, but what I would like to see is something similar, like maybe a Division zombie game, third-person Division. You level your character up, you get guns, something like that with zombies. Yeah, we already got a lot of games like that, but what else can they really do? They're a third-person studio. That was some Coalition people were going with them, so they're going to be using the Unreal Engine 5 a software. So, I mean, there's nothing else they really can do to naturally make it any better than what it is. So, that's the only thing else that's left is an open world type of game that's just more bombarded with people. Like, instead of just that melee system, I don't know. There could be anything. They could be making they could be making an open world hack and slash game or an open world MMO State of Decay. That sounds more like it to me than what what we're gonna possibly not get. I don't know. I'm not a fan of their games. That's the biggest problem. I got you. I can't think of like I'm not saying that State of Decay is bad. But it's outside of Minecraft. Not that Minecraft's bad, but outside of Minecraft, it's one of the lowest things that Microsoft has for me as a gamer. If I'm going to play zombie games, I'll play Resident Evil. I will play Dead Island. I will play, even though I don't even really care for Dead Island like we talked about earlier, or Dying Light, or, I'll play something that I want to play. There's too many zombie games. There's too many of them out there to make another one. They need to move on from it, even though it's Undead Labs, your Undead Games, whatever, Labs. You got to who knows?
This is funny. So, speaking of zombie games, I got a message from Xbox today, and it said, "Hey, Resident Evil fan." Now, remember, I own all the Resident Evil games. I own every single one of them, the remakes and all that stuff. I got a message from Xbox, when it pops up, and it's like message from Xbox, and it said, "Hey, Resident Evil fan!" ! You have been specially selected to receive this gift, and it was Resident Evil the movie. They just gave it to me because I'm a fan, and I thought is it coincidence or is it not? Because I own all the Resident Evil games, because they just wouldn't have said that and just given the game or given the movie away. It's not like the movie's amazing, but I thought that was really cool. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I'm trying to look through where you were saying it. I'm trying to find where the Xbox, because they don't really have a good notification system to find your Xbox messages.
It should just be if you go to your mobile app and go to chats. It should just be in chats.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I thought it was. And I'm looking through here. I have got stuff like, like check this game out or something like that at this demo. 1 second, the wife's yelling at me.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Assassin,
just go ahead.
Yeah, all good, man. So Assassin, you're the one who brought this up. You're the one. Okay, this is all your fault. What would you want to see from Undead Labs? Are you a fan? Do you like their games?
Well, I played State of Decay 2 at launch, but because of the bugs and the technical issues, I kind of put that on the back burner. I've heard from a couple of people within the community that it has gotten better. I just haven't had the time to go back and maybe rediscover and re-fall in love with the game. But you know, with Unreal Engine 5 being what Undead Labs is going to use, apparently it's also going to be more story-driven. So, I don't know, maybe State of Decay 3 may be more like The Last of Us in terms of characters that we would fall in love with, having a story and a campaign that actually would get people interested in the IP. But as far as a new IP from Undead Labs, I don't know. I said earlier, Tango Gameworks, they're mainly known for horror games, with The Evil Within, Shinji Mikami, he's known for working on Resident Evil, Dino Crisis. They did Ghostwire Tokyo last year, which is more spookier than horror. And then they came out with a action rhythm-based game that's not specifically in their... they're not known for that. I mean, it's not to say that Undead Labs has to keep with the zombie aspect of their games, but if I could have them do something different... I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. I mean, we've all been saying that Microsoft needs more over-the-shoulder, third-person Sony-like games, and I don't know. Maybe Undead Labs will come out and surprise us with something similar, but at the end of the day, why do that? We already have The Last of Us on Sony's side.
It's gonna be
and they're not a triple A. They are. AAA,
yeah, they were double A when they were
acquired,
but now with Microsoft funding and 5 years of development under this, they're
but to me, they're still double
yeah.
A. To me, I haven't played State of Decay 2 since the big update, so I know they had a big update a little while ago. I know it's been a while since they actually had it. Thinking about it, but they're not AAA to me. They're not a AAA studio. They don't make the Uncharted. They don't make the Last of Us. They don't make the Gears of War. They don't make those games. Those are AAA games. You know what I'm saying? Those are the games that, like, you put sponsorship, you put that marketing on your boxes, you put that marketing on your ads. No offense to State of Decay, but you put it in there, but you just kind of throw a quick glimpse at it. It's not a big game. It's like, I just don't think it's not a AAA game. So it's tough to be like, yeah, I want a third-person shooter just like a Sony game. We all know how I feel about Sony games. I only buy their exclusivity. I don't buy any. I got a couple other games on there that was like given to me, or somebody gave me a disc or something like that, or maybe I bought it for like $3-4. But I haven't went out of hand of buying a lot of games that aren't just exclusive on my PlayStation. So to say that the Undead Labs will make something like The Last of Us, it never will happen. They're not that. They don't have. I know they switched to Unreal Engine 5. So let's hope maybe they will, but I don't think they have the talent to do that. Them games are amazing, man. Listen, we know how I feel about Sony games. Like, there's no way they can ever compare to a game like God of War. There's no way what's the worst third-person game Sony has?
Last of Us 2.
Okay, let's just say, you really think they can make a game even as compared to that? Look at that. That's what I try to look at. That can Undead Labs make a game as good as Last of Us?
I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, Mac. But if you look at the rest of Xbox's studios that they acquired in 2018, they were also considered AA when they were acquired. But they've released games that are AAA quality, like Psychonauts 2. Remember when Tim Schafer said that they had a budget Psychonauts 2 that was considered AA, but when Microsoft gave them...
I'll agree. I love Psychonauts 2. It was amazing. It was one of my favorite. I loved it. I put it in my top 3 that year. In
2021.
20. Yeah, it was 20. November of 20 or December of 20.
Yeah, it was August 20th, 2021. Why do I remember these things? It's so meaningless.
Great game, by the way. Fucking, I love like I call them platform games. Is what I would call those, where you go around and you collect stuff, kind of like Crackdown. I love Crackdown 3. As bad as it was, I love Crackdown 2 and 3 because it gave me a reason to go back in there and play it. Like I went there and searched, and it's just good. I love games, them behind the back collect them games. I love those games. That's why I loved it. And that story was pretty good. The bosses were good. I know we're getting off the topic since Red walked away. We kind of got to talk.
No, you're fine. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I understand that you treat Undead Labs as a AA studio because they haven't released anything since being acquired by Microsoft that's AAA. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt because we don't know what Undead Labs' full potential is. They never had the chance to. Now that studios like Obsidian and Double Fine have shown what they can do, I'm giving all the other studios that they bought the benefit of the doubt. Same with Compulsion and In Exile. I mean, I'm not gonna say be excited for whatever they announce. I'm just saying, just give them a chance. I mean,
I'm gonna
like there's no real downfall to it. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm curious if
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they can do.
No, you're fine. Sorry. It's just like another example, Ninja Theory. When they released Hellblade, it was considered a triple independent game, not a AAA game. They said themselves they want to be free of the AAA machine and they want to make experiences of their own. Because of that, Hellblade 2 is actually one of the top anticipated games for Xbox. So, Undead Labs, I don't know. I don't know what they're working on, but I'm definitely curious to what they could make. I don't know what their true potential is.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page pretty much. I mean, I love their games, which is why I'm more curious. And I totally agree with you, Assassin. You know what I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a dark medieval fantasy game.
Ooh, now that.
I think it's gonna have.
Red, you know what would be?
I can't imagine, they're not gonna do another.
But you know what would be a great game? I'm gonna take what you said and flip it a little bit. We want Undead Labs to make a new IP that's akin to their studio name, right? Undead Labs. Try making a narrative third-person game set within the Black Plague, similar to a Plague Tale, but make it different enough. Make it more visceral. Make it more impactful. Not like The Last of Us in terms of desperation.
So Days Gone?
Kinda, yeah.
Gone? Yeah. That's kind of what it.
I mean,
they'll never be able to compete with The Last of Us, but Days Gone? Probably.
I like Days Gone. I don't give a shit what bad reputation they got. The game was amazing. But I lost my save data. I was about 10 hours in, and I had PlayStation Plus, and I put my save data on there, and I thought I sold my PlayStation God of War edition for like a super good amount. I couldn't pass up on it. The guy offered way too much money, and I was just in the process of moving, and I couldn't get I sold it for way more than I paid for it. Then when I moved, I was trying to look for one, and then I just forgot about it. It just was like, whatever. There was nothing out at the time. And then when I come back to it, my save data was gone because my PlayStation Plus ran out, or whatever they call that, the gold, the whatever they call. I guess, once you run out of it, you lose your save data. So, which I didn't know. I lost a freaking 80 hour of Final Fantasy X. So think about that. Yeah.
Oh God.
I was pretty pissed.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, any other thoughts on that? Because I think we pretty much covered all the.
State of Decay 3 wasn't the only bit of information, Red. Remember, Hellblade 2 is apparently coming this year. It's estimated it's coming in the fall.
Yep, that's what we're moving on to. Let's take it away. Yeah.
I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, do we think Hellblade 2 could come out this year?
I think it would behoove them to. Yeah. I mean, we talk about. Think about what we already know. What's the latest release date that has been announced right now? What is it? It's probably Starfield, right? That's what.
Well,
So June.
if
right?
paper-wise, that we know, May 2nd. Like, you got May 2nd. So that's the latest we got. You got Forza and you got Starfield behind it, possibly. So
Right. So imagine like a May, June, July. You have August, September, October, November. Forza might be in that category, and then Hellblade could be there too. And there, if you look at the timeline of all the games, the first-party games that are coming, and just games in general, it looks like that could really be awesome if Xbox had a game coming out every single month. And if Forza and Hellblade 2 come out later in the year, after the hype has died down for Redfall and Starfield and all that kind of stuff, I think yes. And then during the E3 or whatever we get, we can get an announcement for the Coalition's game, which we're going to talk about. So I think yes, it could come out this year.
It's got to be right on that bubble of late November, early December. You can't put it in December. So I think it doesn't come out till January, February of next year, at the earliest. At the earliest, I think it does. I don't think it comes out till then. I just think they have so much work to do on that game that you can't really do much about it.
I think 50-50. Like I said before, they're done with their mocap since November. But I don't know how long it takes to put that in the game. But like the rest, like you guys, I don't know video game development at all.
Yeah, there's something that's above all of us.
I'm a professional. I've made games. But no, it's a joke. I'm kidding. But so let's just go right off with the Coalition. Mac, you're the one who brought this up. So what's going on with the Coalition? Big pop.
There's just rumors that they're working on something before Gears of War 6, and supposedly it's coming out in 2024. So the only thing I'm thinking it is, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I think it's just a remastered. It's just Gears of War Collector's Edition or whatever, the Marcus Phoenix Edition. I don't think. I don't think it's any. I didn't think it's. I mean, you make those games, right? Unreal Engine 5. You put it out for $70. You put them on PC. You put them on Xbox. You get your dual thing. You get your PC.
Didn't the guy come out recently? I just remembered this. I hate that I can't remember his name, but someone just came out recently and said this is not true. This is simply false, and it was an Xbox. It was a big Xbox.
Talking about Special Nick
guy or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Special
Nick.
Well, no.
That's why
I'm saying
it was.
Nick is the one who was saying it for a long time.
And then
then the guy came out from Xbox and said, "This is not true. This is not happening."
No, see, so the thing. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so it was for the Direct that was last weekend on the 25th or last Wednesday. I think it was for that he was saying it wasn't announced. They never actually said it was not coming. They don't. There's been rumors that it was just going to come at the Direct, and clearly, I hate when he walks away. Even though he can still hear us, I hate that he walks away. I'm trying to talk to him face to face. He walks away. Yeah, they were saying that was for the Direct and not for later dates. Actually, I think it would be.
Sorry.
I think it would be smart this year to throw it out there. I think if they could push it to this year, get it out this year at the end of November. Even if it's maybe it might not be Coalition that's making it. It might be one of those 22, 21. Somebody that's not working on nothing really serious. Maybe it's Undead Labs. Maybe, Undead, maybe they're making Gears of War 3, or Gears of War Remastered, just kind of like to test them out on something a little bit bigger. Maybe that might be the one Assassin. We don't know, but Coalition, I don't know what they're going to make. And knowing our luck, it'll be an undermined indie game that's like Halo Spartan Assault. We're going to get Halo Spartan. We're going to get Gears of War Tactical, whatever the hell they call it, or something stupid that nobody really, not saying that nobody wants, but something that we don't need. We need to get fixed.
Nobody asked for it, right?
Yeah. No, it's not that we don't want it. It's just we want Gear 6. Gear
Yeah,
6
I don't
comes
think
out.
anybody ever asked for Gears Tactics, but then when it came out, people loved it. So it could be something cool like that.
I
But
still think
I don't
Halo
know.
needs to make one. I don't know why they have
No.
not.
No. But it could be Gears Tactics. I don't know. I want to see. It's the same. This is why I tied these two together. I want to see developers with good IPs have the
together.
freedom to be creative. The same thing with Tango. We just saw Tango make one of the best Silent Hill and Resident Evil. They made a baby with Evil Within. Those games are great. Still haven't finished too, but I will. And then they made Hi-Fi Rush. Like, what the fuck?
Well, there's
So I
rumors
wanna see
their
Undead Labs
other
and,
game that they're making is Evil Within 2 or Evil Within 3. They have another game in development, so
Right, and all the funding that they're getting, it would make sense. They need to tie up that trilogy. I don't have the game end, so don't spoil it in the comments or whatever. But oh god, that's gonna get spoiled. But I want to see studios do different things to spread their wings a little bit, just because it's exciting to see. Can you imagine? I mean, you guys have seen Gears 4 and 5, how good those games look and how they feel perfect. They feel perfect for what they are. A third-person cover shooter, and they look amazing. I mean, they are peak AAA games. And I'm a big Gears fan, but like, you don't see me ever playing it. I'm not like talking up because it's on Xbox. That's my point. I want to see them do something like if you look at like what Asobo did with Plague Tale, holy shit, dude. If Coalition could do something slower paced and just something different, I would love that. So that's where my take is. I would be really excited to see them go in a different direction, completely. Go away from Gears, go away from all that. Do something new, fresh, smelly in a good way. So yeah. Any other thoughts on
before the Coalition was handed the Gears of War remake. Does anyone remember that heist game they showed a teaser of back in 2014 when they were known as Black Tusk Studios before they actually became the Coalition? It was right before Microsoft acquired the Gears of War IP from Epic.
What was it
I
called?
don't remember exactly what it's called. I do remember.
Contraband.
Do you remember?
That's actually coming.
Remember the what's that thing where you bungee jump off a building and you scale on the walls with a harness?
Bungee jump, harness sucking.
Yes.
grapple. The grapple.
Yeah,
the grapple
yeah,
on the side,
yeah.
right?
It's a grapple,
I know what
and
you
there
mean.
was
It's
fireworks
where
in the background,
you cut
and
the glass.
he pushed on the window, and he came crashing through, and there was some shooting. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while, but that's something.
Breaching, window breaching.
I kind of like Rainbow Six Siege,
I
but
get you.
definitely not, looking like Siege. But
Right.
I don't know. Maybe the Coalition could go back to that, or maybe they make something different. But I don't know.
Can you guys? Okay, holy shit! I just had a fucking all my F. Have you guys played Spec Ops?
No,
The
but
Line?
I've heard of it. And I've seen the gameplay.
Oh my god!
It's a banger. It's a banger, bro. It's one of the.
It still to this day it holds up. The story is like.
Yeah, I've seen
absolutely
the
incredible.
cutscenes.
I mean,
I've seen the
will...
cinnamon. Welcome to Dubai. I've seen it.
Okay, have you seen that moment? Like the moment that people
Yes.
always bring up.
Controversial one.
When
Yes.
Okay, yes. I won't. Yeah. So for anyone who hasn't played, holy shit, play it. Is it on Game Pass? It probably is. I don't know. But it's worth it. It's so phenomenal. The voice acting in that game is incredible. The main actor,
Nolan North.
I wonder who that is. I wonder who voices him.
Yes.
It wasn't Nolan North. The main guy is Nolan North. I quit. Thanks for joining us in the last episode. I can't believe I didn't fucking know
I didn't
that.
play the
That's
game and I knew
crazy.
that. What the fuck, Rad?
No.
That
No
is Nolan
way,
North. It
dude.
is.
No way. Oh my god. Well, there's a reason I just banged my desk again.
Yeah, when you replay the game,
tab.
just
No,
listen to his voice and imagine Nathan Drake.
Well, because there's a moment in the game where shit has gone, and Mac knows what I'm talking about. Later on in the game, as the game goes on, like he's screaming throughout the entire game because shit is just so intense. And there's a moment like where he gets blown up and sent down through the floor, and he is screaming so much that his voice is literally in real life fucked. Like you can hear his voice is like he's like trying to scream. He's like yeah, and his voice is fucking up. And I'm like, he literally was getting into this character. Like, this guy is incredible. I had no idea. I pride myself on this, watching a movie and being like, that's the actor from that, or that's the voice actor from that. I can't believe it. I guess that's a testament to how great he is. My God. Wow. Anyway, that game, I could see the Coalition doing something like that, something more intimate and slower paced. Even if it isn't that, the Spec Ops the line, but even if it's like, imagine Call of Duty but third person, but with more story driven, a lot slower. The narrative is really the focus, that kind of stuff. I would love to see them do something like that. Yeah. All right. So we love Coalition. We love Gears, I think. Was that it? Was that
That's
everything on that?
That's it.
Okay. So never mind. Let's knock these other ones out first. So no Xbox, no PlayStation, no Nintendo at E3. So what's E3 without the three big papas, the three big dogs in the gaming industry? Are we just gonna have a bunch of people selling a bunch of shitty knives and airsoft guns like at the fair at E3? Is that what we're gonna see? We're gonna have fake tattoos and
it's gonna be a flea market for
stands.
for future stuff. It's
Yeah.
like
it's gonna be just Funko Pops all over the place.
I'm hearing that. I'm hearing there's only going to be, Microsoft's going to be right down the street there in the time frame, so they're still going to have a little bit to do with it, but they're going to have their own showing. Like, they're going to be at the arena. There's going to be this, and then the Microsoft Theater's like a block down the street. And I guess if you buy a ticket or whatever your case may be, you'll get like an E3 ticket. So you'll get both pretty much, is what I'm hearing. I mean, guess what?
It sounded like
my big ass is going to be sitting here when we're watching E3 for the show, because I'm not flying to California to see a show that's free online. I understand the atmosphere and meeting everybody would be real cool, but they need to start having it on the East Coast. It would be a little bit better for people that do live on the East Coast, because I think Hargy's got to go from Boston to California or something like that, and that's going to cost a crap ton of money. And I'm sure you can get it, but it's still, the point is you have to put a lot of money. There's rumors that Manic, the guy that was on our podcast last week, there's rumors that he might go out there. That's ridiculous that he has to fly across the other side of the world just to go see this thing, to go to it. It's almost like Comic-Con. Like, why can't they have more Comic-Cons? Well, they do now because of that. So why don't they have them?
has his butler fly him out for free. So
oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. His ancestors have $1 billion freaking house and overseas.
It's his actual house flies, so he doesn't even have to.
Oh,
he just
okay.
Right, so he's fine.
Now it all.
I agree with you.
Now.
Where is it? Isn't it? There's three different locations. No, I'm thinking about PAX.
So I think it's
PAX
I think it's LA. I'm gonna say it's LA.
Pretty sure it's Los Angeles.
It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be LA, because I'm sitting here thinking about. Just type in the Microsoft Theater.
Watch, it's gonna be Los Angeles, California.
Burbank.
It just Chick Henry Central, Los Angeles, California.
Yep.
So
well, that's awful.
Chick Henry Central.
If E3 was a week, then yeah.
What the rumors were up.
Okay, so I'm guessing they do it. So I'm looking here on the map a little bit. I know we're doing this in real time. The Staples Center is literally right across the street. That's where like the Lakers and the Clippers and anybody and everybody plays, and I think that's where they do it at, right? Yeah, because the Dodger stadiums. Yeah, so they do it at the Staples Centers where E3's at, right? So, right. That's just. It's not even down the street. It's like you walk across the street. So it's called the Microsoft Theater is showing Gabriel Great. Like, it's literally a big. This building's huge. Yeah,
I would love to go. I said that I was gonna go. I'm sorry for the viewers, by the way. I know I keep banging my desk, and I know that keeps popping up. No one cares. But I really want to go to E3 just to meet people, and for networking. If you're a business owner and you have a company and you're part of that. I've learned a lot about that. It's very important for meeting people and networking to support them so they can support you. And speaking of that, our today's sponsor. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I would love to go one day. That would be really fun. But flying to LA where I can get stabbed, mugged, shot, raped, peed on, pooped on, all in one day. I don't know. Could be fun.
And demonetized.
That's it. There it is. Well, thanks for that's the third time I made that joke about us ending the show, but got earlier. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I feel like a child. I could not stop laughing. But so the rumor is that it's not that Xbox won't have showcases. PlayStation won't have showcases. And Nintendo, there might be developers there that want to showcase individual games, from what I understand. That's sort of the rumor. So it's not like they won't be present at all, right? Am I alone? Am I crazy?
No, that's what it is. They're not going to be there they're called a booth, by the way, is what it's called. And they're not going to have a booth. So, Nintendo is really big there. So, because you got to realize most of the people that are Nintendo fans, let's just take out America from this situation, and let's just put the Asian community alone is huge over there. And for them to fly only like a 4-hour flight from, wherever they're from overseas right there, and fly over, it might be a little bit more, maybe 5 or 6, but that's a small flight for them. There's a little bit cheaper than what we would have to pay from Ohio, Boston, West Virginia area, like all these upper states. Like to fly to LA from there is kind of a lot of money because, so I mean, it not to have a booth of any of these. I get Xbox and even Sony. Sony ain't gonna have shit to show anyway. So besides Spider-Man 2, so I mean, I guess they'll show their 90-inch flat screen TV for the 1,000th time.
They'll say Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then
Microsoft doesn't need to do it. Microsoft doesn't need it. Sony doesn't need it. Nintendo don't need it. So it's like Nintendo, they're all gonna get.
Hell yeah! Some pussy action on the show.
Yeah,
like always.
He always gets up there, but normally it's out. It's like bundled up. If you could kind of see it's bundled up, I kind of got it where it's like so it's out of the way a little bit.
The audio listeners are like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, well, there's a cat. There was a
cat
on my
up in my ass. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. So,
title of my sex tape. And
yeah, bundled in my ass.
I forgot all the booths. I mean, they don't need them. I mean, no offense to E3, it's been proven they don't need them. I mean, come on, we're all gonna. At the end of the day, I'd rather just sit at home and watch them. I mean, I get if you live close to LA, if you're within a few hour flight, 2-3 hour flight, be my guest. But to me, to go over there, I'm gonna have to. This is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to drive to Cleveland, Ohio, which is an hour and 10 to 20 minutes from me, and that's just to get to the airport. That's not counting the wait time if I have to wait for that stupid ass plane. First of all, I don't want to fly in a plane. Then they're gonna go to Chicago. I'm gonna have to wait probably a few hour delay in Chicago because that's how it goes. And then it's gonna go from Chicago probably to over to LA because they always have like Chicago's our main land of like from east to west. So it's rare that a flight goes from here. The flight would have to be huge. It would have to sell millions. The whole fucking plane would have to be full for it to go from Ohio to Cleveland, Ohio to LA. It's not gonna happen. That's not a big thing. And so even when we go south, I think with you, they go West Virginia. They go up to West Virginia to Chicago, and then they fly down south too. It's like Chicago is like our main thing over here. It's Chicago, and then wherever we go, I don't know. I guess they have more gas. They got some gas over there. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
that was just
something like that.
You got some gas money.
And so I'm not too concerned about it. It's interesting, but I'm not too concerned about it because we eating good over here with games coming out, and man, there's too many games coming out, honestly. So Assassin, did you touch on this? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get better about touching. Touching? Yeah, I'm trying to get better about touching you. So I'll touch you now. Tag you.
1-800
that look
child
on
services.
Face.
Help.
He was like, hold up. Wait a minute.
I was waving no, and he said he touches you, and I'm like, hold up, this is child.
Sorry, that's my brain.
This is a child predator.
ADHD is a hell of a drug.
Well, I don't know if that's ADHD. That's called child molestation. There, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hell, he's my son after all. That's right.
If it's over 8, if it's over 18 and you're still touching your son, is it child molestation or is it just
Oh, it's legal over here in my
Here.
neck of the woods.
Well, you're West Virginia.
I'm a West Virginia, baby. Yeah.
Mountain
I'm actually
You
from
ain't-
Maryland, just to, but yeah.
If you ain't talked to your, okay, carry on. All right, Assassin. go ahead.
Mountain sun.
Okay.
Anyway, did you actually have
Look.
something to say, or?
I'm a big fan of E3. E3 2018 was my first one, and I loved spending the whole week just watching all the big publishers with all their games coming up within the next year, 2 years, however many years. 2019 was definitely the best one I've ever seen, but I've only watched 3 of them, including 2021. Well,
It's gonna be
yep,
our
it
first
will
year
be.
together.
Look, I can see Microsoft still supporting E3 without actually being there. They'll have the showcase within the same week time frame. Maybe Nintendo will do their direct within the 2-week time frame. Sony's just not going to do it. They're not going to want to be associated with Summer Game Fest or E3 within that time frame. They're probably going to have the showcase probably a few weeks before or after E3. But Sony hasn't been to E3 since 2019, since 2018. Nintendo and Microsoft, in the past couple of years, they've proven they don't really need to be at E3. Oh, wait. And Nintendo has proven it. Microsoft recently proved it last week that they don't need to be there either. But I don't know. I could see, like I said, I could see Microsoft and Nintendo still supporting E3 without actually being there. Sony's just going to do their own thing. I mean, regardless, the 3 of us and whoever wants to join us will be watching and we'll be reacting. We'll be putting our reactions on the channel, give our thoughts. Nothing really changes for us. But Brett, if you want to go to LA, that's your choice.
And
Bud.
what?
I agree with Mac. It's too much of a hassle just to go to LA. And Mac, you didn't even say the worst part.
Yes.
Getting through LAX.
Dangerous too.
Yeah, the traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I mean, I would love to meet Cole. I would love to meet Hargy. I think Risk It. I mean, Risk It. All these guys are supposedly going. I think I don't know who. I'm not 100% who else is going. There's so many people that talk out of their ass. I don't know who's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I know Peter said he wasn't going. I know there's a bunch of people that said they were going. Now they're all second guessing themselves because they realize it costs money. It costs a lot of money to travel. And it's only getting worse.
$1,000.
Yeah, and I just,
Plus
in my personal
hotel.
opinion, you know what you could do? You could spend $100. You could sit at home. You can go order yourself a pizza,
Get some food.
and we
get
all
some
can sit here and do the
drinks,
same thing we're doing
chill
right
with
now
your
on
boys.
camera. We
Yeah.
can all. Hey, listen, camera does the same thing. Unfortunately, Assassin, we know you're never gonna get on camera in the history of life. I don't know why. I'm
Yes,
ugly,
he
as you
is.
see. I'm on here. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, he'll come.
And
We'll
I
make
think
him
you could
come.
just do this. I think it's so easy to do this. And look, and then you can literally, nowadays, you could literally suggest an activity and we can all watch the same thing at once with no pause or hesitation, with nobody over talking each other, everybody just having fun like we did the other day in the party. Assassin, you were at work, unfortunately, but Red was there with it. There was 10 of us in there. We were all having fun. Everybody was talking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody was mad at nobody. I don't hate people for going. If I lived close, if I lived within 2 hours of it, yes, I would 100% get it. I would like, yeah, let's go. I can't wait to see y'all there. You know, smacking the balls kind of situation, you know, whatever. But for anybody that lives on the East Coast, I just don't think it's worth it. I just don't. I mean, we all know what everybody looks like. I mean, most people. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just too much money. It's just way too much money. And then not to have and then not to be able to go into E3 and grab a controller and play. That's my Elite 2 with my scuff buttons, by the way.
Nice.
To grab a controller and play future games, unless the Microsoft Theater has that, it becomes pointless. And most of the time, how many times the last couple of years, we'll say the last even 2 years that I can remember, maybe even 3, how many times have those demos been available within the first 24 hours? It's shit, hour later after the event. They were available to download right on our consoles right here. Bam. And we didn't have to worry about going anywhere. Less than $100, you can buy yourself a big ass large pizza, some chicken wings, some sodas, some beers, whatever you want, whatever you do. I mean, a hooker, if you want to borrow a hooker, like $80.
That's right.
We'll probably have a pre-show. We'll probably be eating while the other ones are talking.
Well, with the hooker? Sorry.
The hooker. Yeah.
Well, that's the wrong
Me and Matt
channel
could
for
be eating
that.
Pizza. Well, Red,
sorry.
eat the salad.
But you get yeah, his salad from Wendy's. His
salad.
his Hebrew salad or whatever he said earlier.
Hebrew?
Hebrew salad.
Bro.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, it's got
It's
sand
fine.
in it. It's got sand and dirt in it.
Oh
But, like-
God, please. No, because I'm still thinking about the hooker when you said.
Wait,
Anyway,
we were talking about salad. That got dropped.
well, it made me think of that. I don't know because just eating the. Yes, I agree with you. E3 has always been a get on the headset and hang out with your boys and watch and react together.
Yeah,
It's always been that for me.
I could easily, like I said, I have 2 screens. I could easily have both of them up. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's just easier to do at home. It's like
I would love to go and to meet everyone, and I will. I might still. You never know. I might still. But
if somebody paid for it, if somebody paid for it, yeah. There's my point. You got to look at it. From your
Well,
own
I could make an
standpoint.
event of it, and I could say that it's for work or something. I don't know.
But it's not.
Anyway,
But I know it's not. So
So we're all excited to see what happens regardless, right? That's the bottom line. We're all excited to see what's going to happen. Assassin, you're excited, right?
He's so muted right now, so he can't even.
He's muted. It's fine.
Sorry, I had to let the cat out.
So while he's muted, let's go ahead and. Oh,
There
what
was
does that
literally a
mean?
cat trapped in here.
Was that?
Does it smell?
Like cat food.
Does it? Did like you like cats out of the bag? Like there's something happening?
I think you need something that cleans that thing out.
We do. It's called the kitchen sink, Mac.
Lord, okay. The kitchen sink. Okay, that's the cat.
The title of
kitchen
my
sink smells
the
like
title of
cat.
that kitty's sex tape. All right.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's a good segue into a game that released in May 2022 is now getting shut down. A super popular game that everyone played all the time. And
Apex.
what game is that?
Apex Legend Mobile.
Oh man.
Such
Funny,
a
I just heard about
popular
this
game.
today. Right
Yeah.
before the show started, I found out that it exists. What the fuck? Why would that be? They try to do the PUBG thing and the Call of Duty thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not Apex Legend. People play PC and console. This ain't a friendly. Apex Legend isn't a friendly game. You can't just turn it on and be good at the game. Call of Duty, anybody can be good at Call of Duty nowadays. Everybody's got such expensive ass headsets, and it's just easy to buy. And everybody's sound whores. It's so easy. You could do that with a phone. You could do that with your thing. But Apex Legend is just a game where you just can't plug in and be good at. And that's a lot of the problem with mobile people that play mobile games like that. Is they want it to be as easy as possible, and Apex Legends is not an easy game. So I think that's where it fell when it was all said and done. If you look at most of the people that play Apex Legends, there's some compy ass people. There's some those people are good at it. Like, if they're not bad, most, as I say, I want to clarify, most people are good at it. There's still people that play it just for the fun of it. Excuse me. And it is what it is. I mean, it's gonna be February 1st at 7 Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
So mark your calendars.
Don't spend no more money on the game. Keep your money. Ask for a refund if you can get it because the game's closing down.
Yeah, make a complaint or something like that.
I know
Assassin,
it's a small
how many
topic.
Hours, how many hours Assassin do you have in Apex Legends Mobile?
0. I prefer the console version.
Nice. What about the regular?
PlayStation, I would say probably about maybe 150. Probably less.
Oh, good for you. I did not expect.
Yeah,
I didn't
Bloodhound
expect
is
that.
definitely my main.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a good game, but I played it for so long and I started getting stomped because I was like, I'm so good at this game when everyone was playing it. I don't know. Somebody can go look and see how many hours I have. But I played it for long enough to know that I loved it. It was my jam. Like, it was it. I was like, this is my battle royale for forever. And well, it wasn't. Because I just got destroyed. Because there were some nights where I was like, I just want to have a nice chill game. There is nothing chill about Apex Legends anymore. It is balls to the wall, absolute chaos. You have to be a Twitch shooter. I don't mean Twitch as in like the app Twitch. I mean like, like Twitchy. You have to be on cocaine or whatever. You had to be like Mac, pretty much. I couldn't hang. I just could not hang, and I dropped it. So, yeah, Apex Legends Mobile is dead. So bye. So there's that. Never knew that it existed. And our last topic here, and this is so fun. I love this so much. It's only fun because I'm just going to read an article. I'm just going to tell you what happened, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just telling you what happened. So it sounds like, someone yelling for someone?
Not me.
It's somebody in your background. It's your mom assassin, I think.
Okay, I thought I heard "babe" or something.
No, she's asleep.
Oh, excuse me. So anyway, babe can wait.
Oh, it could be the neighbors.
So, oh my God. So anyway, Hi-Fi Rush beat out a game. Beat it hard, like real hard, like beat it good. And it didn't just beat it in terms of reviews, it beat it in terms of the conversation over on Google, just like the analytics. I remember looking at the analytics, it was all over the place in a very positive way. Everyone was talking about it on their shows, everyone was talking about it on Twitter. And the Metacritic score is amazing. And what's the Metacritic right now? Wasn't it 80?
89. 89.
Hold on, I will go take a look at it.
But I guess there's rumors. There's people that there's like a stupid one.
Yeah, the
on there
Metro
that's
one.
Like,
yeah.
It shouldn't be even. Yeah, it's like a dumb one. Like, oh, I'm gonna give this a low grading because Microsoft hasn't come out with a game. What the fuck does Microsoft have to do? What does other Microsoft games have to do with that game? That was the stupidest thing. But listen, the game looks good. It's an 89. Once we find out Assassin's finds it out. 8. Yeah, so we got an 88, 9.1. It's a good game. I've only put like an hour into it. I haven't had really much time, like I said this morning, or this.
No
this
mixed reviews, no negative reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe they finally got rid of it. So 88, that's a banger, bro. Like, that's a good game, you know. And the game's
really good.
I just don't like. I don't like how you're forced. Not saying forced, but I can't just jam the X button. Remember we were talking about this last week.
You can. No, you can.
I mean, you can, but but when those buttons pop up, it kind of throws you off a little bit, you know.
Again, you can assign. There are some handicaps that you can assign. If you just don't want to worry about it, it'll do its own thing without you having to worry about any of those.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's how much I knew.
Yeah. Check that out because it is. I remember I compared it to Devil May Cry, where it has an easy. It's just called easy mode because it does combos automatically. It doesn't make the game easy. It just makes the technical side of the game, the actual technical part of it, more. You don't have to think about it as much. So yeah, and for me, I'm gonna get back into it. Obviously, famous last words when it comes to playing games. It means I'll never play it again. That's not true. I will play it again. I want to. But it's a feel good game, and I love the music is great. It reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy had such good music, and that just I loved it so much. So, and Assassin, you're enjoying it too. You're having a good old.
I've played a good couple hours of it, but Dead Space Remake. I told you, Dead Space Remake has been holding my attention more.
Took over your life, right? Okay, all right. Well, so now, Hi-Fi Rush. There's another game I want you to look up the Metacritic. Go ahead and look it up because you already know I'm gonna ask. Look up that score real quick.
You got it.
This goes to show that whenever it comes to a certain standard or a certain type of game, that reception and quality is really all that matters in terms of the fanboyism can really go straight out the window. And this is actually a good thing, not for the developers of this game, but just in general. I want people to be more honest. So that way we can get better games. I want people to be more honest instead of saying this game was amazing because it's on this platform or whatever. I'm so tired of hearing that. Make the game good, and so what is that game that got
66 on Metacritic, 3.5 user score.
It's
Forspoken.
Shit.
Forspoken.
It's a $20
Not
game.
even that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the vertical slice that we got so long ago, it looked like a typical AAA like PlayStation. I'm gonna say PlayStation game because PlayStation puts out these types of games, these epic third-person cinematic, games or whatever. For me and everyone else in the world, it really was the tone that completely threw me off, and I was like, "This is not for me." And it turns out it really wasn't for hardly anyone. And not like it was, I'm not gonna bash anyone. If you like the game, that's awesome. I'm glad that you love it. It's just not for me. But it just goes to show that my whole point here is that I am glad that Hi-Fi Rush of all games got a really good score because it deserves it, and it's not because Hi-Fi Rush is an emotional story and it changed gaming and it like set a new standard and all this. It really spoke for itself. Like, it got shadow dropped. And yeah, you could say, "Oh, it's because of the excitement," and everyone's like, "Let me just jump in and praise it right here." And I'm in the honeymoon phase or whatever. People are still playing the fucking game. And then Forspoken to get such a harsh, some tough love from a lot of people that said that they wanted. I've heard a lot of people say that they really wanted to love it, and it was just too weird and plain in different ways. Like, I know Carrick from ACG, he was saying like the spells were like the most like you throw a fire rock and a lightning rock and a whatever. It's like everything was just so dumbed down. It felt like the game was unfinished. And I'm just glad that it wasn't it didn't seem. We have seen console warring. If you're on Twitter like us, we've seen that where somebody's like, the game is amazing, incredible. You Xbox just have no idea what quality is like. But in fact, we do. And it's Hi-Fi Rush. And so, Mac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say your name. That's all.
I'm listening. Don't worry.
No, that was all. Yeah. Anyone have any other thoughts on that? Because I mean, it's a good thing, right? Am I crazy?
Like I said, it ain't a cup of tea to me. Like I haven't really got fully into it, so I can't really give much about it. Like I said, life is life. I got other shit going on. Tomorrow will be the first time I can play the game for more than 5 minutes without actually having to do something or just being too tired to do anything. So I'll play a little bit tomorrow. I am, like I said. So game deserves it. People love it. Hey, if you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you hate it. Forspoken's been hated. It's hated. People that Hi-Fi Rush love it. They're gonna rate it good. It's just how it. It's just what it is. It's just like any genre of game. If you love the game, rate it high.
We may have to go back to our earlier topic.
We missed 2 topics, by the way.
No, something just happened. I think I see what you're seeing. Do you want to just do it? Do you want to go?
So Idlesloth,
Yeah, go ahead. Start it.
who is an Xbox, he's a member of the Xbox community. He updated the State of Decay story that we talked about earlier. It said that Jeff Grubb did not mention Undead Labs is working on a new IP. Grubb had commented on Idlesloth's previous post about the topic, and he said, "Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. I might have misspoken. I might have been trying to say compulsion or the coalition."
20 minutes of our
I
fucking
don't know
podcast.
about that.
Yeah, he might have got yelled at or something like that. So
yeah, that sounds like he slipped up. I'm not saying that nothing is true. I'm just saying, like, if he made a mistake and he's saying I don't want to talk about it in a very nice way, good for him. So let's just leave it, and if we ever see anything from it, hey, whatever. We talked about what we heard about, and that's all that matters. But thank you for that, because I do want to be honest with people who are watching. Yeah, it's exciting to think about, whatever. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, thank you.
See, we didn't bring up 2 topics. We didn't bring up that in June we have the Summer Games on the 8th, which is the Jeff Keighley show, kind of like last year. He'll probably just show a bunch of just Sony games and 1 or 2 Xbox multi-plat games or something like that. Maybe he might show, I doubt he shows Starfield, so I think that might be where they show maybe some more Forza, well, probably not, because they don't like that game either. they'll probably show something smaller in, maybe. I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, you're gonna watch it. I'm guessing both of you are gonna watch it if you can.
Yeah,
June
I'll
8th,
watch it
let's see
depending
what
on the
day it is.
time. Jeff Keighley is
Thursday. It's a Thursday. For me and you, it's a Thursday. It doesn't say the date. It just says the date. It doesn't say the time. That's weird. Anyway, but go ahead. I'm listening. Sorry. I just want to know if you guys are interested in seeing that, because it just says June 8th. So I'm guessing they're going to do it. Over here we go. June. That's Summer Game Fest. That's the day after on the 2nd. Yeah, there's not even a time for what time they're going to show the show. So just as of right now, June 8th. So
seems like Keighley wants to go against the ESA. He probably wants to put the final nail in the coffin for E3 himself.
Well, yeah, I think that adds on to the problem why I said E3 is just, well. See, but you still have Capcom. Remember, there's still smaller studios that will be there. Ubisoft will probably be there. You got Capcom that might be there. There might be like little developers. Well, I wouldn't say little because those developers are big. We might get EA. Hell, I think that actually.
I can't wait to see Square Enix.
There's my point, and that makes sense. I didn't think about this early. I always think just there's only 3 companies and they're the ones that run the show. Well, there's other companies too that can go there and it can put a game up and it can bring some high praise to a game. They might announce a new Battlefield, which I doubt.
And
Bandai
Namco
fucking fixed in 2042, supposedly. Yeah, Bandai. You got Square Enix.
Maybe Konami. Ubisoft, remember, they have Silent Hill games coming.
WB. But I think that game actually I will. With it being Konami, I think it will be Summer Game Fest. That's a Summer Game Fest written all over it. Anything to do with Silent Hill, it just sounds like
maybe
a Summer
Kojima.
Game, Sony type of thing. Stuff. Yeah, Kojima's the biggest thing. Them showing some more
from software.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. See, there's a lot of companies here that putting. Sometimes when you read these topics, you just kind of you only think of what the topics, what it says: Nintendo, Sony, Xbox. You don't think of other stuff. Excuse me. And
now he's dying.
I know, pretty much. I don't just breathe. I breathe, I guess, and I'm choking to death. Yeah. So these 2 companies, you got. So June 8th would be that, and I think Xbox will be what the 11th,
crap, guys! We forgot about the best
June
publisher
11th.
of all time. We forgot Sega.
Oh.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, Sega with Summer Game Fest would be good too. Yeah, so I mean, we can have something worthwhile. I think I don't think E3 is gonna die as much as people think it is. I think it's still good. I mean, I can't tell if Red's shaking his head because he agrees with me or he's just
back. You know what I would predict in the next couple years? I predict.
What would be
Sony's
that?
gonna do something so stupid, so anti-consumer, so anti-gaming. They're gonna be pushed down to where Xbox was during the Xbox One era, and they have no choice but to go back to E3.
What the fuck are you doing?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. I was gonna say they've already done.
I don't know.
Those things.
I don't know, guys.
No.
The higher you go, the more arrogant you become,
the
the
way.
harder you fall when you make a mistake.
On the way.
Oh, harder. No, I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't. People have too good a relationship with Sony. A lot of those Japanese.
They have
Asians-
toxic relationships.
Is
It's like a
it
girlfriend that
respect
beats
or
you,
is it
but-
fear?
But you got good
but
sex,
she
you don't
beats you.
want them.
But she beats you, but she does sexually stuff to you that you just like that. You
Right. You're like, oh, I
No,
love
but
her.
no, Square Enix, I get
Yeah,
it.
pretty
Square
much.
Enix is probably the only
Yeah,
one,
but-
but
yeah.
is it respect or is it fear?
It's business.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
the answer
both.
is yes. It's respect and fear because
But if
that's just how.
Oh
that's
well,
just
that's
how
like my
sex-
business
Yeah.
standpoint. But it's a business standpoint of view. They know that their games sell well there. So, there's rumors that I think the last Mega Man game, and we were talking about, bitching about it, only sold 1,000 copies on Xbox. 1,000 copies? That's ridiculous. Even 10,000 copies is ridiculous. Like, to say 1,000, like, I see why they don't do games on Xbox. I would, if I was a publisher or anything like that, and develop games, I would never put my time. If my first game sold like that, I'd be like, yeah, screw those guys. Like, no offense to the 1,000 people that bought it, But if they really want to play it, just buy a fucking PlayStation or a PC or play it on your PC because $1,000 be a waste of time, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we do have one
Well-
more topic, but before we do move on to the final situation.
Situation.
PlayStation VR is already being cut in production because it didn't sell well. I don't know if
No,
that's
hang on.
Go ahead.
This got updated. This story got updated, and it turns out Sony came out and said,
Yeah, they denied it.
"Nuh-uh, Felicia," and
Ah.
they completely denied and said,
Well,
"No,
they're gonna say that. They're gonna say that because, listen, how many people do you know own a VR? PlayStation. Let me rephrase myself. How many people are gonna buy a PlayStation VR 2? Because there's
know.
people that my brother owns a PlayStation VR 1. My dad owns one.
enthusiasts."
Dude,
That's really it. It's enthusiasts.
it's
It's people
nobody.
that love it. Well, it's enthusiasts. It's people that they like me. I wouldn't buy it, by the way, because I already have a PlayStation VR, which it sucks. It's like it's like rubbing Vaseline on my eyes and saying I'm having a good time, because the resolution is bad. But I also do have an Oculus, and I've love that. But it's very occasional. That's just not how gaming. It's not big yet. Until we can shove needles in the back of our head, like like Neo in the Matrix. And, oh, look at that pussy! Hell yeah!
How big he is.
Good Jesus Christ! Is that backlog? What's his name?
His name is Boog.
Boog? Boogie. Book.
Yeah, Boog.
Okay.
Boog. He's a
Oh
big
boy.
boy.
Oh, okay, got you.
He's my old man. He's the old man of the house. So
All right. Once you picked him up, he's like, "Well, this is it. I guess I'm here for a while."
no, he doesn't like to be
so-
held. He's not
Oh,
not
okay.
being held. Like he's lovable, but he's not holdable.
Right. Well, that was nice. I'm glad I got to see your pussy.
Well, that's two of the cats you've seen. You probably won't see the girl cat. The other boy cat, he's white and black. See, the one you guys seen earlier was just an all black one with like a salt and pepper chest. But there's one that has a black and white face.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the one jumping, being crazy.
Yeah, well, he's the tall inky. He's the tall inky one that's tall. So there's his brothers around. His actual real blood brother is around here somewhere. So.
Yeah. Assassin, do you have any
Unfortunately, yes, I do. I don't want them.
pets? Oh,
No.
you have little ankle biters, don't you? You have a little tiny little. Oh. What do you
Two
got?
big dogs, got a chihuahua, got
You
3
just did my-
cats.
Sorry.
He
you
just
do have a
said that you
chihuahua.
got one.
Yeah, they're not mine.
Yeah. He's the most annoying.
not
guy.
That's
mine, guys.
racist. Just want to say.
I knew that's why you were laughing. I just know because when someone says, "Yeah, I got annoying dogs," they're the little ones that are like,
No, they're
you're like a pug. Or,
No, Chihuahuas are known
No,
to be
they're my-
Mexican
they're
or Latino
shaky.
dogs.
No,
is
they're
what
my
they-
oh,
mother's
okay.
pets,
I
not
see
mine.
What's happening here? I'm canceled. Well, that's the show, everybody.
Canceled, don't worry.
Well, anyway, if that's everything, I can move on to the last segment, which is a very special
Sorry.
segment because it is the end of the month. You know what that means. We're moving on to a segment. It's our first time doing this. It's called the Gotham segment. What does Gotham stand for? G-O-T-M. What does G stand for? The letter G. And what does G stand for? Game. Game of the month. So I want to go through and see what your guys' game of the month is. After playing games all month long, what is your game of the month, Mac?
Assassin, go
thought
first.
about this.
Assassin, go first.
Oh.
You're
Dead Space Remake.
What's the game that struck you? All right, I didn't expect anything less. Okay, nothing else. You didn't
Well,
have
it
a
depends.
contender.
Does
Did you have a
backlog
contender?
count? Then no. Well,
No.
no, wait.
Well, no.
If Hi-Fi Rush hadn't dropped and it hadn't been so close to Dead
what-
Space
what-
Remake, Fire Emblem Engage. Fire Emblem Engage is definitely a number 2 after Dead Space Remake.
Okay. And it hit you. It really was like this.
Yeah,
is
the
good. Like,
gameplay.
you really were
like
sucked
the
in
only
and
thing that
had a
was
good time with it.
I could say was overall bad was probably the resolution, but that's all Nintendo games. Everything else is pretty solid. Definitely a 8.5 out of
Alright,
10 for me.
well, There you have it. Okay. And okay. Go ahead. Yeah. All right, Mac.
One Piece Odyssey. The game's amazing. It plays
Really?
like
I hadn't even
yes.
heard you talk about this. Go ahead.
I did.
Sorry.
I talked about it. Don't worry. I talked about it. I've been offline a couple times playing it. Don't want to be left.
Yeah.
I just want to be
And
left
he
alone
wanted to
kind of
fight
situation.
Bushido.
I'm with you,
One-on-one.
man. I'm with you.
Well, Bushido's on your team, by the way.
No.
And he's also a little bit more
Bro.
light-skinned.
He probably won't get to. Yeah, Bushido, if
Oh
you're
my God. Okay.
Well,
Bushido,
Zoro,
if you're here and you got to that segment,
remove
just
that.
Read a comment saying "fuck."
Does he have a
you.
chihuahua?
Oh, he ain't Mexican. One Piece,
Road-ass
honestly, I'm definitely gonna give it an 8.5, somewhere in that range. I haven't played it enough to be like, yeah, it's the best RPG game ever. But the quality of the game I like, the animations I like, the fighting style I like. It's got to like attack, defend, and like it's got like kind of like, you know how like you ever play like an RPG like RuneScape or something like. It's got magic beats attack, attack beats range, range beats magic. It's kind of got like something like that in there. You know, it's got like strength, shooting, and like I forgot what the other one was. I haven't played it in like a week because I've been, like I said, I've been real busy since the last I don't think I've actually played a game outside of Darksiders in the last week more than 20 minutes because I've just been so busy. But yeah, I definitely would have to say One Piece is my game of the month for sure. For me as a player and as a RPG guy. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush, like I said, haven't got into it enough to even grade it a grade, and have not even started Dead Space to poop myself. So
Yeah, you'll poop, baby. What was the contender? What was your what was the one that could have beaten it out?
Forspoken.
I mean, no.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's tough because there really wasn't nothing else that I could actually put out there. I mean, because I did beat Crisis Core at the beginning of the month, but that come out in December, so that would probably beat it if you were counting that. But there's nothing really else. I mean, I still have like a couple other games that I haven't played, but only other game would be that or Darksiders. That for me, if we're gonna talk about other games, because I haven't really played any other game besides those 4 games this month, 5 games this month. So there's Golden Ice 007. Nostalgic needs to stay nostalgic. Let me just tell you that. I get a lot of people like it, but I try and these mechanics nowadays.
I misunderstood. You didn't like it. Oh, okay.
No,
You were
it's
like,
good.
nah.
No, it's fine. It's still 007. But man, I can tell you right now, the mechanics. Remember when you were in the party when I was playing it? And
That's right. Yeah.
I was like,
So I
how the
should
fuck
avoid
do
it?
you pick the damn weapon up? Like,
You're
it was like
I was like, just walk on it. Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking turning this trash off because I can't fucking play it because this shit's from fucking 1997 or 8 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I even said, and Red's laughing, I was like, it's good, but it's nostalgic good. It's just, it's to me, it's like Halo 2. As much as I like Halo 2, it needs to stay in the fucking past because it's fucking the button combos and the way the game plays is not how modern games play. And you could tell that developing back then was just, hey, let's put this block here and let's put this block there, and that's how it goes. Nowadays, it's put more blocks together to make it run smoother, you know? So, 007 is like a 2 out of 10 for me because of nostalgic.
Good lord.
It does not, and they're like, oh, they fixed it. Remember we were talking about it. Oh, they fixed the aiming. I'm like, dude, I'm thinking this shit's gonna feel smooth. I feel like I'm gonna walk around like I'm playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2023, and yet I'm playing Call of Duty 1991 because it's just not playing. It's just, I love it. It's my favorite shooting 64 game ever. But like,
it was the Halo of its time. I've said that for years.
The first. It was
the Halo of its time.
Yes, it's the Halo of 64. But it's from what I don't remember the year. 97, 98, 99, whatever fucking year come out.
Something like you're right. Yeah, not 97, 98.
It's just when you play a game that old, you feel how bad it was. It's like going back and playing Halo Reach or Halo 3. It feels weird because you've played Halo 4, you've played Halo 5, you've played the new Modern Warfares, the new Call of Duties. Go back and play Black Ops 1. The game feels bad because it's for its time frame, it was great, but for now, the smoothness is not there no more. Because games have, just like anything, just like cars have developed to be better. The meta surgeries have been better. Everything grows, and that's
it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
August 23rd, 1997.
Yeah, I knew it was 97. That's why I was like. That's why I kept saying 97 in my head, but I couldn't. It was a week after my birthday in '97. My birthday is August. I'm not saying the rest of it. It was a week or after. I'm not telling you. There you go. If they're smart enough, well, they could. You never know.
Oh, they could. Yeah. Social security.
Some weirdos. So, let me find out where Mac lives so I can send him a pizza because he's already fat.
He lives in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, send him a pizza with banana peppers and pineapple. There you go. You're fucked.
All right.
So yeah. Sorry. So my game of the month, my Gotham game, would probably have to be for Impact. I didn't really set any rules for this, but I guess it would have to be the game that released within this month. Really what I meant, though, was the game this month that has taken over your month, regardless if it came out. But this is hard for me because there's two games that I want to say. There's like three games, actually, that I want to say.
Damn.
But the one that I keep coming back... What?
Say it, man. Say it out loud, man.
Does it start with an M?
Man,
I know what it is. I know what it is.
M, yeah.
He did.
And the thing is, I love it so much.
Say it, bitch.
I actively don't play it because I want it to last forever. You know, it's Midnight.
Why did Sapio join back? Yeah, I figured that's what was coming. Didn't he sound like Sapio? Did he not sound like Sapio there?
You.
Or was that just me when he said, say it, bitch?
I think because I went like this. I don't know. He's a very soft voice. Just like his mouth.
Bro!
That was weird. I shouldn't have said that.
That's sus.
He'll enjoy that. But,
oh, you're gonna give me nightmares.
I'm gonna stop fucking around. But, anyway, I think it's gonna have to be... I'm sorry, I know, dude. You guys don't understand. Never mind. I'll tell you a show about anxiety, nightmares, pre-show anxiety. It's a real thing. But Midnight Suns and the contenders. I'm gonna say, Hitman Freelancer literally controls my life right now. It is so good. It is so good, and it makes you feel so good whenever you actually finish a contract. You're like there are moments, and I've never had this, like there are moments where my heart was literally pounding because you can't save, you can't just like reload or anything if you fuck anything up. If you fail, it's all over, and everything that you've done is all over. So getting super far in the game, you're like, dude, it makes you feel so good, so proud. What do you have? What is this? Is that Kingdom Hearts? What is it?
Star Ocean.
The Divine Force. What is it? Looks like Final Fantasy. Oh, wait, is that Star Ocean?
Yes.
Oh, look at you! Oh, you son of a bitch!
Gotta
The
play it.
cowabunga. Oh man, there it is. There it is.
I was looking to see if my...
Hang on.
Is that poop? Sorry. That was probably from my hot sauce. Sonic Frontiers. Shadow of War.
I'm gonna get this in focus. But
Oh, did you get the... Which one is that? Zoom in a little
that's
bit better.
the legendary. Yeah, the legendary edition. Yeah, look how shiny.
That bitch is badass. Look at that.
Yeah, dude, it is.
Do you make love to that? Do you make love to that at night every night?
Yeah, that's gonna be the thumbnail right there. Me licking my.
What?
What the fuck just happened? Did he just lick his kid? You know, I'm like,
I did.
No.
Yeah, hey, you got something to lick, assassin? Come on.
I'll give you something to lick. Sorry.
Oh, well, there it is.
Whoa. I was just saying a chinchilla,
Mac,
like a little.
I'm never
like
gonna
a
look at you
tortilla.
both the same way again.
Anywho, so
We
there's
both.
that.
Why did we listen?
I,
let's not say nothing to
fuck's
nobody.
sake.
Let's not say nothing to one person, right? And let's see if anybody mentions that to us. We're gonna go. This is all the way at the end of the podcast. I want to see the first person that mentioned that to us, because then we know people are actually listening to our podcast, and then that's who we want. That's who I want on our next show. Whoever, unless they don't agree upon it, because I know there's a couple people like Monad said he will never be on it. I think Truly said there's some people that won't be on it, but let's the first person that like mentions that to one of us. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. Offer the. I don't think Riskit listens to our podcast that long. I think he'll listen to the first like 30
well,
minutes.
and that's totally fair. If people don't listen for fucking 3 hours straight, I get that. I totally get that. I do listen to podcasts all the way through, but I don't listen to them all at once. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you
I'll
like 20 minutes
rewind and
in, you
listen.
pause it. You go down the street. You next day you drive to the store. You listen to more. Like
Exactly,
Dealers
yeah.
is on. This is the latest we've ever filmed. We're getting to the late part of it. Well, no, we're only about 2.5 hours in, so it's actually not that
No,
long. It's
we're
normal.
actually only 2 hours in. This is the shortest podcast that we will ever have.
Man, why did it feel like it was
I
so
don't know.
long? I've been sitting here holding my poop for an hour and a half now.
Nice. Well, I have to pee really bad. So, Mac, thank you for being here. Assassin, thank you for being here. And Sapio, I know that you're watching, and I love you. And I'm sorry that you're battling politics right now, but we've got your back.
No
Which
nuclear
is the
bombs.
sign for South Korean
Oh, you almost said north.
justice. I didn't know.
He
Mac,
almost.
Where can people
assassinated-
find you,
he
Mac?
almost said north.
Where the
Yeah,
fuck can people
North
find
Co-
you, Mac?
North Korea _ Reddit just did North Korea.
Undercover.
You can find me on Twitter at Macbound _ of course, Twitch at twitch.com/Macbound. If you're watching this, it's probably going to be about, if you're watching it right when it gets uploaded, and somehow you make it all the way to the end here, I'm going to be pretty much playing Dead Space tomorrow for at least an hour and a half. I mean, so it depends on my scenario with the wife and stuff. So watch me then tomorrow if you like. I'd like to get at least 10 people tomorrow, 5 to 10 people in there watching me. Cannot wait. And that's it. Just enjoying my time.
It's today, actually. It's today that you're
Well,
technically.
yeah, technically it would be.
Yeah.
Technically, yes, today, but we're filming this on Tuesday, so
Yes.
come on, we don't want to sound like some weirdos talk about that. They at least need to know that we're filming it a day ahead of time.
No. We're here right now. This is real. This is all
Yeah.
real.
Well, then we're gonna, go ahead. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Assassin, my son. Where
You can
people
find me on
you?
Twitter at assassin4233, or you can find me on YouTube also at assassin.
What does the
Nice.
223 stand
No.
for? That's the real question. Is that your birthday?
It's his birthday.
No, that's just the
One.
number
Your
that
area
the
code.
Xbox
Second,
Live
just
system
be
gave to me.
in the future.
I don't know why. It's just the number I chose, and I decided, you know what, just make it simple and just do it everywhere.
Have you
Yes,
tried to get
yes, I've
Assassin
tried.
just with the
It did
four
not let me do
without
it.
the actual off? Have you
Oh,
tried?
please tell
I
me.
can tell you how to
Please
do
show
it.
me how.
I can tell you how to do it. I'm not gonna say it on air because I will. Just go look at my gamer tag. That's how you do it. I'm not kidding, and you'll get it. I promise you'll get it. What do you have coming up?
As far as my YouTube channel, just continuing to go through my Dead Space playthrough. I almost said pee through because you guys have been talking about piss and shit all day.
Yep. That's
Bruh.
no, baby. Welcome to the Renegade Realm Podcast.
Y'all
where you can poop and pee
are
at your
infected
leisure,
with
or at your leisure.
Do you have IBS? Come talk to
Yes.
me at Red. We blow the toilets out.
We got you. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
like
I
I
did
said at the
earlier.
beginning
Holy
of the
shit,
podcast, if you
literally.
guys want to see my
That
Dead
was
Space
painful. Not good.
playthrough, I have to stop myself now before I actually say it. The link will be in the description below, as Red will put our channels and our plugs in.
Yeah.
Right, Red?
I'll plug you.
Bro.
Well. Anyway,
Well, real quick. We
yeah.
forgot one thing real quick. I want to throw that out here. This weekend coming to Game Pass. Let's see. It would be
Oh, thank you. Good Jesus Christ. I actually wiped. Thank you for that. I was not,
February
that was no pun
2nd.
intended. I didn't wipe anything.
Darkest Dungeons, and then you got Grid Legends on February 2nd. February 7th, Hot Wheels Unleashed Game of the Year Edition finally coming. It was supposed to come in December. Something happened with licensing and stuff. They had to fix that. So we only have 3 games coming this weekend. Enjoy. Hot Wheels Unleashed is really good. Grid Legends, I played a little bit. Arcadey, good game. Don't know what Darkest Dungeon is. I'm sure I'll just take a glance at it. But and Atomic Heart has gone gold, and that's all we got. There you go, Red. Sorry. Let's get that out of the way.
There you go. No, thank you for that. Because that is one segment that wow. I like
You need to start writing down when I post stuff. You need to start writing it down. So,
Well, no, that was actually because whenever I remade the list, that was just something that I thought that you were just doing. But that'll just be it for now. Yeah, that'll be it for now. I like that. Let's just keep that. I just did it again. I'm so sorry, everyone who's actually watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. And I am Red Wolf. You can find me on Twitter, Red Wolf Renegade, and that's not all one word. No numbers. None of that silliness. I'm the only Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter, and that's why I'm the Renegade. And that's dumb. I'm just I just say whatever I want to say, and that's fine. That's how it works. That's how it works. You say what you want to say, you put it out there, and if people love you, they love you. If they hate you, then they'll kill you. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you got this far, be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, leave a like at the least, leave a sub at the most. That is my motto that I just said one day when I was very nervous and anxious, and it seems to work. So thank you all so much, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Later, guys.
Later.